The fools of today know nothing of the mysteries of the past. They walk down streets built upon the bones of fallen empires that gave them their technology, their magic, the very blood that courses through their veins. Great empires once ruled all around. The first occurred when man was just a scavenger. They were the Salis, snake men as the ignorant call them today. Their magic was strong, but dark, and connected to the foul outer gods. This connection would be their downfall as the outer gods charge a steep price for their knowledge. In the end, their dealings brought a cataclysm down upon Ura that nearly destroyed all life. What remained clawed slowly out of the devastation and began to rebuild. As they did, they found the remnants of the Salis. They discovered their cities, science and magic, even some of their experiments. They took the magic as their own, swearing not to abuse it as the reptilians had, as if they could resist the allure of its power. They might have sworn off worship to the outer gods, but they were playing with the same fire. They called this the Age of Wonder, and the imbeciles still look back upon it with their stories of fables and romance. True. There was more magic, science, and prosperity then, probably more than at any other time before or since. They were as ignorant as the fools today. Their meddling led to the weakening of the weave between the worlds, and through this weakened weave, the Celestians were able to emerge. The Gilded Ones, with their beauty and perfection, soon took control of everything, and then began fighting amongst themselves and using man as their pawns. Eventually, those who fought against them closed the hole between the worlds, cutting them off from the power that made them godlike. Overnight, they went from being gods to merely powerful mortals. Mortals that could be killed. The last of the most recent follies from man was the unenlightened glory of Rosar. The greatest of man's empires, it stretched farther and more significant than any man's nations throughout history. The fools of Rosar believed themselves superior to all, and they pushed against all other races. They thought if they could force them into the worst corners of the world, or even exterminate them, they would have harmony and a perfect world. Little did the Daleks realize that man is his own worst enemy, and the Empire crumbled before even 1,000 years had passed. Now Ura is a fractured land divided up between rival nations, dark magic, and the worshipping of foul gods is once more on the rise as the lessons of the past have all been forgotten. Now these fools will bring down the same calamities as their ancestors. And my fellows and I will watch and laugh. Oh, how we'll laugh.
The sandals. And
Yeah. Say, wait, put that rock back. We gotta
do it again. I need another shot of the rock rolling.
Hey, guess what? It's been a while since I've done it, but we're live. Hi.
Hello.
Speaking of, okay, how many times do you think? Because at the beginning of the video, hello everybody, by the way, and welcome to Tales of a Savage Land. But so in the beginning video, it starts off with the atomic peanut butter thing and whatnot, and then the roll 20, the yellow roll 20 comes rolling across and lands on 20. How many times do you think, because that's an actual him recording the rolls, how many times do you think it took him to get 20?
Well, I would hope not more than 20 times.
20 times. So I will say 16 times. That's my guess.
Okay, we got a 16. Grace?
I mean, I'm going to guess one. Because I feel like you would.
Is the Price is Right?
Yeah, it is, pretty much. Correct. Closest one gets a Benny. All right, and Tony.
Well, wait. She already took one. All right, I'll take 3.
There you go. You're hedging your bets. Hedging your bets. Actually, Brian gets the Benny. It was.
Well, how many times? 16?
It took 10.
10 times.
Yeah,
wow. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was like 30 or something.
No. He's not that bad of a D&D player.
It takes more than 20 times. Throw that dice out.
Right, exactly. He's got bad juju.
Don't ever use that one again.
Yeah, there's something about it that's just. That was the thing too about the old dice. Not that like the ones that originally used to come, they used to the corners used to get worn off really easy from just rolling repeatedly because the plastic they were made out of were pretty cheap, and you could definitely get one after you've used it enough and rolled it enough. It would get to where it would hit certain numbers, more frequently. So like if you had one that like rolled a lot of like high numbers, you're like, I'm keeping that one, but it could also work the other way and roll a bunch of low numbers. So anyway, hello everybody. Like I said, welcome. This is Tales of a Savage Land. I am Will DM. I'll be your game master for this evening. And tonight we are playing the Savage Worlds Suede Edition. Woo! We're starting to learn. At least I should say you guys know. I'm starting to learn. So, if you guys weren't here, I definitely wouldn't. Well, if you weren't here, we wouldn't play anyway. So, but you know what I'm trying to say. So, as you probably can tell, Phoenix, or Dylan, who plays Phoenix, is not that good that he could remain that still. But he is moving, and he overestimated the speed in which he could move. I didn't realize it was tonight that he had to do this. But he's got 2 hours in between from where he currently lives to where his place is at, and it was going to take more than one load, he was saying. So...
I think it's funny he calls it he's moving to the city.
Yeah. Well, it's a Canadian city, so how big could it be? I'm just saying,
He's moving to the city, but he's not moving to Toronto, and that's the only thing I can think of.
Well, that's the only city in Canada.
Exactly.
Really.
That's the only thing even close.
Yeah, everything else is just
Toronto. No.
Everything else is just a town.
And then Dylan, you ain't moving to the city.
Hey, an upgrade's an upgrade.
Yes,
he's definitely upgrading. He's moving from the boondocks to the suburbs.
And of course, we joke. We don't really mean all those things about Canada, but we say those so that back when Dylan rewatches the show, he can see all that stuff and be entertained by it.
Or reading the chat where we're telling everybody we killed him.
Yeah.
I need to try that poutine thing one day. It's gravy, cheese curds, and fries, right?
I think the cheese curds are optional. I don't think all the places do the cheese
I don't think they are.
Are they?
I don't think they are.
Otherwise, it's just gravy. Just gravy.
That's
fries.
what I thought. I just thought they were gravy fries. Well, I'm not Canadian. I don't know.
I'm not Canadian either.
Grace, don't forget, I'm
What?
the game master and we're about to play a game.
You don't scare me.
I know. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll introduce. Hi, Melenre. What's up, Forrest? Glad to see you. Anybody else that I've missed so far in the chat? All right, so let's go ahead and we'll introduce the illustrious cast. I just so love that word. And we're going to start off with... Who did I start off with last time? I don't remember. I know what I was saying. Did I start off with you? Okay, we're going to end with you.
Yeah.
All right, Uncle Tony. Go ahead.
What?
Introduce yourself.
What? Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Uncle Tony. I'm, I don't know, I'm out here on the interwebs playing some Savage Worlds.
There you go. You almost said D.
Hey, so I guess I could throw this announcement out there, is that I accepted a role in that play that's coming up about the first of the year. It's a future booking, and so nothing is going to mess up my life until December. But December, I'll be gone. You won't see hide nor hair of me for a month, and then I get to do a show. And
so what'll happen is everybody will die probably late November.
Yeah, you want to be dead before the holidays anyway in this
right?
game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just makes it's the best. It's the best.
But I got a couple of messages online. People were saying, we hope to see good reviews for you. And the answer is, I hope I don't appear in the reviews, because the part I'm playing, it's a play about an autistic kid's journey on the trains in London and the world that he encounters. I am playing part of the cast that becomes the world that the kid encounters. So the best review I could get is to be unnoticed.
Is that why they were asking if you could do a British accent?
Yes.
Right.
All right.
And my answer,
let's
my
hear
answer
it.
was not Welsh.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. Tell us a simple story about a flat tire in your British accent. There you go.
Or read the Welcome to Roll 20. That's your script.
Oh, there you go. That's your
I don't have to do either of those things.
Yes, you
I
do.
could just take you around the country if I need to. We'll start up in the north where they sound a bit like this, but then when you come down into the city, when you get down into London, they sound a bit different now, don't they? And then when you go down towards Liverpool, you get a bit of the more Liverpudlian accents. But then you could go out to Scotland and Ireland. You know, you get the Irish, where you throw in the big brogues. And then the Scottish, which is a bit different. You really got to work with your I's and your A's. So there you go. I'll take you around Ireland. And we didn't go to Wales.
Yes.
See?
Yeah, well, I
do
wanted
well.
to go to Wales. So my sister's
I hear-
boyfriend is from the north, and you did a pretty good job.
My grandmother is from the north, and that's her.
And this is
Yeah.
what I've heard. I heard that Wales is sort of like Canada over to the British.
Canada. Okay.
And we are offending both sides of the pond now.
Well, you know, it's like, hey, you know,
Take them on. Let's go.
yeah, you know, it's
Round
like
two.
bring them all in, welcome them all, you know. But that was good. You did a really good job. I'm impressed.
Yeah,
I used to be able to do the British accents a lot better than I can now. I'm pretty bad at them now. And one of the reasons is because when I started streaming and whatnot, I refused to do them. Because everybody and their grandmother, if you're going to consume fantasy in the United States, it's like almost required. You got to have a British accent.
You know what was really crazy? I watched some D&D with like a British group, and they loved the Southern country accent so much. Every peasant, every farmer, every merchant had a country accent. I'm like, what is happening? We hate that accent over here. But to them, that's like hot news, you know?
One of my favorite things to do is to take a Southern accent and apply it to the most smartest, most diabolical schlicko types in the game. So if you hear a guy with a Southern accent,
Right.
Hey now,
That
Jill
one.
is just a nice Savannah, very genteel.
very genteel. So I don't think I understand what you're saying.
I do declare.
I do. Yeah, I love Foghorn and Leghorn, man. and
that's
every
cool.
accent I have is either going to fall into Foghorn and Leghorn or really bad French.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
French will get me too.
Yeah. Hey, I guess we should introduce somebody else here.
Oh,
All right, Jonathan, it's your turn, man.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
introducing everybody.
we're doing that. My name's Jonathan. I play Brian, spear wielder, heavy plate user, and and that's it. That's all you really need to know. Just a guy.
We found out there was something pretty nifty happened in the last episode with
Oh yes, he learned more about I believe it's the Eternal Warrior.
Eternal Champion.
I was like, oh, it's not champion, it's warrior. I messed up last time.
Yeah,
Eternal champion. How did I remember that?
the Eternal Champion. Yes.
We've
Champion.
all sort of been faced with this champion motif a little bit.
Are you starting to see a pattern here?
Oh, I didn't. Spoilers, if that.
It can't be a spoiler if it's already been in the show. I mean, everybody can.
Nobody noticed. It's
Everybody can hypothesize about what's going on, of course. Yeah. And last but not least, we have Grace. Grace, let's hear your British accent.
Oh God, I can't do accents whatsoever. I really can't.
Yeah, good.
No.
Just try.
The volume. Increase volume.
Just try. All right. This is something that I don't think I've said this, but I might have because this is one of my canned stories that I always keep at hand. Usually when I go on, it's been a long time now, but when I would go on first dates, I would have the girls make the sound of a gun shooting. So why don't you do that?
You've heard that.
Have you heard that? All right.
Yeah.
Heard it. They haven't heard it.
They haven't heard it.
This is true.
Okay, so Grace, do us a gunshot sound.
I mean, I think I still have to go with the pew pew you.
Yeah. Yeah, see it. That gets me so happy.
I had all sisters except for one brother, and we definitely outnumbered him.
And he makes gun noises, pew 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 too, probably.
Oh, 3,000%.
Yeah. So go ahead. You didn't.
I'm Grace. I'm playing Ari tonight. I can't do accents to save my life, so I'm not going to make a fool of myself. But Ari is in kind of a little bit of a transition mode. We'll see where she goes and what not.
She's looking at changing up lovers. So
yeah, you better believe it. I get bored easy.
I love it. It's all pretty good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. All right, so that's the cast, and then of course we have Phoenix, who Dylan normally plays. Now Phoenix is he grew up in a whorehouse. That's the actual character. I'm not making fun or anything. And what he's about is
now he's making fun.
Now I'm making fun. He grew up as like a performer / muscle / not too socially. What would you say? He's not
socially inclined.
Yeah, that's really good. He's not really good with the social skills and whatnot. He's more of a punch it and then say sorry because he's not sure why he punched you, but kind of guy. And so. Let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and I'll do the quick recap. And so essentially what happened is they a couple episodes back, they had this big old problem with the Azure Brotherhood, had one real big particular problem with a guy called Prince Doru, one of the pirate princes. But eventually what happened is they had it worked out with the overall ruler of the Azure Brotherhood, Ilgi, who's actually a witch, and she said that everything would be cool if they kill him for her, and so they did, and so they were supposedly now their problems with the Azure Brotherhood are cleaned up, and now they can go on their merry way because they have all these different portals supposedly around that they're looking at. They're going to need to close so so they don't open and the Celestines come back, which were an angelic / devilish kind of race of super beings that used to thousands and thousands of years ago actually ruled Ura, the world. And so they're looking at doing that, but they couldn't go because they had all these problems going back. So now that's taken care of. So they that and they're kind of getting kicked out of Lysenna, the city, for a little bit because of all the trouble they were causing. And
I don't recall causing trouble, but I do recall trouble finding us everywhere we went.
Yeah, and that's something that the Arcanist had told you, that it's like, you know what, would you just kind of follow these guys around because it's going to be drawn to them, like ants to honey. Yeah, I thought you probably thought I was going to use a different analogy there. But yeah. So and then what it is so then the Arcanist, who is the guild in which they work for, which is like a guild of they find rare artifacts and magical things and put them away for safekeeping. Think of the big warehouse at the end of Indiana Jones. That's pretty much what they like to do. And so they had a ship. And they got on the ship and they're going to. Does anybody remember the name of the city?
I can look it on the map.
I'll look it up.
Wait, to Dalapur.
Dalapur, that is. I knew it was Dala something, but I had to. Yeah, so they're going to go to Dalapur, and then from there they're going to go into the Vezin Desert, where supposedly this first portal is located at. And on the ship, as they're sailing and they leave and they don't see Lysenna anymore, the guy who's the captain of the ship reveals to them he's none other than Azael. And Azael is the one Celestine who's already made his way through. And they found out that his whole deal is he too wants to close the portals because he doesn't want the Celestines to come back, because he wants to be the only one here so that he can take charge. And that's pretty much where we left off was you guys were on the ship. The ship was sailing, and Azael had just revealed himself to you guys, and then that was it. So that's where we're going to pick up. So, Ari, do you want to like pronounce your undying love to him right now, or I mean?
No, not yet. If he wants to notice I took the potion, I'd assume he could, but I'm not going to say anything to him.
He might know. You know,
right.
he's
I'd assume he does.
He's a pretty smart guy.
Now, well, potion.
Potion.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
She had a potion.
She hasn't volunteered any of this information, is all I know.
No, she hasn't.
So I know nothing of any potions.
No, you don't.
No, I just went to the infirmary twice yesterday, and it was no big deal. I was just having a little bit of issues.
I went once. Couldn't help me.
She she threw all up over on a guard. She threw all up on him. Yeah, it was kind of
So
nasty.
I mean, I would assume you guys probably would have heard about that, but I'm not going to offer information.
And why would you?
Why would you?
Exactly. Okay, so you got your guy standing there, and he's like, "So, yes, well, I've got a little bit of a what's the word I'm looking for? I'm doing two things at once. Can you tell?
Yes.
I've got a little secret to tell you guys. Well, you know, I came to the Arcanus, and I got that map from your old Ari here, and I was intending on going and finding these portals on my own, because, I mean, I'm a Celestine. I don't need you people.
You people?
Yes.
What do you mean by you people?
Mortals. Soft, squishy types. You know, you people.
I carried the fire of Pearden inside me. You...
That you do, it is quite cute. I enjoy it quite much. Yes.
I'm going to poke him with something.
Ooh. You're going to poke him with something? All right.
Where are you going to poke him?
I don't know, but I'm just thinking about pulling out my dagger just to see if he bleeds.
Jesus.
Don't like it.
Let's not do that, Joplin. I'm gonna fight your way. You said you'd find me if you needed me. Is this the moment now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, but unfortunately, it appears that, well, I do need you.
I gotta put a shirt on.
I went to you got a shirt on. Oh, that's what Millennial's giving him crap. Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Right.
Anyways, continue.
He thought he could get away.
Yeah, that makes,
like almost, it's like 95 degrees out today.
That's not an excuse.
Yeah,
You gotta commit.
You're an actor, brother. Come on now. So, he's like, well, I couldn't find it.
You have the map.
Well, yes, I do, and I went to where it's supposed to be, and it wasn't there. At least I couldn't find it. I think some of those damn followers of the Eternal Champion from back in the day probably put some sort of concealing magic on it that kept me from being able to find it.
So give us the map back.
Oh, well, fine. I mean, he like digs inside his clothes there and pulls it out, and he like hands it over to Ari. He winks at you as he does it.
Will definitely help us find what we're looking for, and as you can
That
tell,
looks familiar.
that is what we're going.
Yes.
But to go there, we need to have somebody who can sail this vessel. Are you actually able, or is the true captain, somewhere on the ship?
Oh, the captain's on the ship. He's just down below. The entire crew. I mean, they're entranced. But yes, they're capable. They're still able to do their jobs. I could untrance them too if I wanted to. But,
Well,
What do you want?
go ahead.
no,
So what do you want with us here?
what do I want with you? Well,
Absolutely.
I'm hoping that you. It pains me to admit it, but I hope that you mortals have the ability to find what I can't find. There's definitely some sort of magic that's masking it, hiding it from me, and you all know that you're special. I don't think that I need to say anything more about that.
Tell us about the weave.
What do you need to know about the weave?
How hard is it to break through?
Extremely hard, unless you know where there is a portal. And portals are nothing
How
more than
did you-
tears in between the fabric of the weave, that separates the worlds.
How did you make it?
I was with considerable magic from your former boyfriend or betrothed. Would it be a fiancé? I'm not sure. Zafrish, you remember that one?
I haven't gotten an invite to.
Oh, you didn't tell them about any of this, Mary.
No, this is our first time hearing about
Oh,
it.
maybe you should tell your friends about this. And that's
Have
where
you chosen a date, a
Phoenix is like,
location?
yeah. Does that do I gotta get dressed up for that? Because I will, but
They saw what happened to me. They saw Zafrish
yeah.
do what he did to me. I know that he's no longer any concern of anyone else's. I've severed that tie. That
That's
Do you want credit?
Oh, do you want to give me credit for saving your life? Oh, that would be spectacular, seeing how I did.
Azael gave me a potion that helped me sever the tie.
I did.
Helped me, and he helped me see who Zafrish truly is.
He's a scoundrel. He's a scoundrel.
That puts us in your debt then, Azael.
Not so fast. What else does the potion do?
Oh, that's all. It just severs the ties. I have no designs on putting this fair maiden into my harem.
Well, he knows the tie has been severed.
Yes.
Zafrish knows.
Yes, he will. That's. There's nothing that can be helped about that. He's going to know one way or the other.
Well, let me ask you a couple of questions then. First, if we find the portal, do you have a way to shut it?
I hope so.
Good and vague. Secondly, if we shut the portals, doesn't that cut you off from the weave, from your power?
To an extent, yes. But even a lesser powered Azael is more than a match for any of you mortals.
Yeah, lesser is exactly what I was thinking.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. The champions of the eternal champions people, they're no longer around. I have nothing to worry about them anymore. And they were the only ones that figured out how to craft and design things that were sufficient in power to, take care of my kind.
I wouldn't be so sure. I'm wearing that pendant that was given to us. I don't have anywhere else to put it, so I don't know if you can.
No, he doesn't
tell.
he doesn't seem to have noticed or mentioned or looking at him. Do you guys, are you wearing those ingots that Ogric gave you on the outside of your clothing and whatnot?
Mine would probably be on the inside, but
I've always worn everything on the outside, so I don't think that would make this any different.
Gotcha.
So not at all.
He's not looking at them. He's not saying anything.
I would just say that.
Yeah.
Just that he wouldn't be so sure about that.
Oh, did you come across something that I should know about? Seeing how you're indebted to me. I mean, let's be honest here. You guys could do a lot worse than working for me.
Sorry. I just choked on a whole lot of whatever that was.
Yes, what is that? I mean, you don't want to. I mean, I can, give you dental and make sure that you're well taken care of. I mean, you could be my. Well, I don't know if you're qualified to be my generals, but I'm sure I can find a spot in my organization for you, of course.
We have no interest in working for you.
Why? I'll treat you
Currently,
well.
Our goals align. We wish to seal the portals.
As do I, so it all works out.
And we do not have to work for you. We can work with you.
Well, eventually you do know that I'm going to rule this world, right? I mean, it's better to get on that ship now. Oh, look, I made a pun. Before it sets sail, so I think that's...
He never told me he was so funny.
Yeah, well, I figured
the guy who can't find the portal and doesn't know how to close it and needs poor mortals' help on a boat to go find it for him. He's going to take over the world.
Now, let's not forget that I'm the most powerful person that you'll ever meet. I mean, yes. So,
I think I've met someone who's more powerful than you.
Oh, well, he can't touch you now, especially since you've drinking that potion. Your ties are cut from him.
You are still second to him.
Still got the hots for him, huh? I understand. Can
I call you number
worked
2?
For him.
Yes, and the key word there is used to work for him. I don't work for him anymore.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you're stronger than him.
No, it does not. You are correct in that matter. But that's why I'm going to take care of all this, and there won't be any problems. See, it all works out. I mean, I'll give you the offer. You can come work for me. I'll take care of you all. And it'll be a great time. So, I mean, it's completely up to you.
We'll work.
Azael, this is our second time meeting you.
I know, and you're not dead yet. So that shows it's really good for you all.
So, are you saying you'll kill us if we don't join you?
No, no. I'm not as bloodthirsty as Zaphris or anything along those lines. But if you get in my way, I might be forced to do some things that I would not want to do. So,
of course, as I said before, we're both aiming for the same goal. So for the time being, we won't. And I assume that's a mutual agreement.
Yes, totally. 100%.
Good.
Yes, good. All right. Well, I guess that's that then. All right. Well, is there anything else I can do for you? Talk to you about?
I don't know.
Have any other questions? Obviously, and this is when I'm going to have Phoenix pipe up. And he's like, "Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not really impressed. I mean, he kind of looks like he could go down with a couple of 1-2s, I'm just saying,
You're not the only one saying it, Phoenix.
Well, I feel that is a challenge. So, have at me. Who would like to take a shot? And he starts unbuttoning his shirt. And then
I will hold my spear out horizontally to block everyone.
He pulls open his shirt, and he's got his bare blue skin beneath.
There's no reason to fight on this very small...
Oh, I'm not going to fight you. I'm just going to let you have shots.
Oh.
Do that either.
I will close my eyes. Or would you prefer I blindfold myself? I can do that. He digs into a pocket, pulls out an ascot, and then ties it around his eyes. Yeah. I'm just saying, It's like...
I would like to say a prayer. To my Lord and Savior Pearden.
Oh, you mean the fiery dude? Yeah, go ahead.
Fiery dude. I have, in my travels and in my experiences with Pearden, he has given me insight into how to enchant a weapon. so as that things that are not normally affected by normal weapons would be affected by.
He pulls up his blindfold. It's now a headman. And this
I'm
is
not-
where I'm supposed to be intimidated or afraid. Should
I
I do
want-
it?
I wanted to pray for that insight and maybe give it to Brian's spear.
Oh, Brian, do you feel up to it? To the challenge right here.
I'm not doing this,
Right.
your job. I'm not doing this. Phoenix, neither are you.
Celestine hearts are not to the side; they're right dead center. So you just hit me right,
aim dead
right
center.
there, right there. That's where you
I
need
think
to
I
aim.
can give you the power to at
This
least
will
make him
prove
feel
nothing.
your presence.
This will prove nothing. What we need to work on is the fact that you, Azael, have been to where we're going. And you've met the people there. Or you've met some sigil. You mentioned the Eternal Champion.
Oh, you
Tell
know
us.
what? I totally forgot that Sundar is with you guys.
Hey, Sundar.
Yeah, he's just kind of like sitting there being quiet, and he goes, "Well, to tell you the truth, I think it would be quite interesting to take a shot at the man."
I am outnumbered here. Let me know when you're done and we can start talking about what we're doing. And I'm just going to sit down and just rest on my spear.
And Phoenix goes, "Well, I'll take a shot at him. Do you want to, like, I don't know, pray on these things or something?" And he, like, holds out his two gauntleted fists to you.
Yeah, may I? This does take a little bit of time, I believe.
Oh, I should sit down then. Okay. He goes over and he finds a barrel and he sits down.
Let me read this.
Oh,
Here.
Jesus. Look at this. You've got a spell called Enchant Weapon. Look out.
This is what I was trying to say.
Look
It's a
out.
-2 modifier, and it basically just makes an existing weapon magical. So it doesn't affect its damage, but if it's against somebody who can only be hit by magical weapons, this would do it.
Correct.
All right. So this is what I want to do. I'll take the 2 rounds and roll some spell casting dice.
Okay. And Sundar goes, "Well, if we're going to be enchanting things, look at that. You got 9. Yeah.
There you
Always
go.
I'm a wild die.
I need to
Never I'm a real die.
I need to make Sundar's character sheet is what I need to, so I can just roll off of it instead of.
Oh, but having a battle map was important.
Yeah, it is. You don't know. You don't know. Or I should say, I don't know what you guys are going to do, so I need the battle map.
We're already hitting people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, hold on a second here. Let me do something to your gauntlets as well. And he does a hamana, 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 hamana. And
That's not what it sounds like from either of us.
Sure.
Oh. Okay, so he got an 11 for his.
They should glow with a fiery energy.
I was going to say so how does yours glow?
They should look like flames, though it won't affect him, but it should give the impression of fire. Everything he does gives the impression of fire.
And
So I'm
then
done, huh?
yeah, so just I like that. That's good because you know I'm all about the fire. And,
Yeah, me too.
And so then he does it, and so like yours is like I guess it's just like fire, kind of like coming off of his
just flicking
little
across,
flicking cross. Okay, when Sundar goes up and he does his hamana hamana hamana, it's like a like a gel is on his gauntlets now, and it actually drips a little and hits the deck, and where it hits the deck, it smolders a little.
Sundar.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You know what I need to do? Because I totally want to give you guys the ability to do this. Let me check Phoenix's character sheet here. Where is he at? There he is. Okay. I need to see who has permissions. Okay, currently it was just him.
Oh, you're going to make one of us play him, aren't you?
Okay. Save changes. Okay, so now any of you can open up Phoenix's character sheet. So I would like to know who would like to open his character sheet and and do this because he's gonna go for it. He's gonna bow into this guy.
I'm already carrying some of his money. I don't even feel good about that. So somebody else.
I think Jonathan has to be.
No, I'm being the passive one right now.
Yeah,
so
Jonathan,
You're gonna be playing Phoenix.
You're Phoenix.
I never said that.
Yep.
Yeah, come on.
I
roll his dice.
think it's you, Ari. I think you're the one that has to do it.
It would be hypocritical of me to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like I've
You're
got too
playing
much
another
on the line
character.
myself.
Whatever. I'll do it.
Okay.
You don't have to
Save your
convince me.
boots when you do.
Yeah. Boot.
I'll do my best. I don't think I can.
What you should say is like, all right, I'm a boot to hit him.
You're boot ready because I'm a boot to hit you.
Well, it depends. Will that give him help when I'm gonna hit him?
We'll find out if you say it. Okay, so you should be able to open it up, and then it should just be it is. I'm not familiar with his feats and stuff, so I guess basically
Me either. So
what we're gonna do is it's just going to be he'll be his fighting. He should maybe have that programmed in there.
Yeah, it's something that says they are fists and feet.
Yep, I'm looking for that right now.
Yeah. So, oh, Melenre's getting all kinds of Twitter pated there.
I think she wanted Brian to roll it too.
Yeah, man, she did.
Nope.
Brian's in character. Hey, is Rigger on?
Rigger's here.
Oh, hey, what's happening, Rigger? Okay. So, I know he gets 2 attacks, right?
Yeah, I mean, so basically he's got something that ignores penalties, at least from what I can tell so far.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. I don't freaking know what he rolls with that. All right, I'll do my best.
You got this. I totally know you got this.
And leave a note when you're in there.
Yeah, type in there something like, "Hey Dylan."
Oh, it'll be nice and cheesy. Don't you worry. All right, sorry. So what's the scene right now? I was distracted.
So now that his gauntlets, because he's got those metal gauntlets that were made for him. They're weapons. Right. So they do his strength damage and the D6 damage for it. So he gets the extra weapon damage. And after he's all ready, they're like, all right, I'm boot to do it. And so then Azael gets up and he pulls down his blindfold some more, and he pulls open his clothes to reveal his chest. And don't forget, the heart is right in the center.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to give him a big old fucking punch with the dominant hand, which I'm assuming is the right hand, into that, where he's telling me to hit, essentially.
Okay.
All right. So for that, I'd roll to hit, which would be fighting, right?
Melinda said, dude, punch him in the face.
Fair enough. But no.
Ooh, you got a 13. Bam. Okay. All right.
Okay.
That hits.
So I think it's that.
There you go. And
so he did 10 damage.
Did 10 damage. So it hit him. Now that's your first one. You're gonna follow it up with the second hit.
And why the hell not? With the offhand, clock him in the jaw.
All right.
I feel like that's what I would do. I don't know if he would do it, but.
Holy shit! You got a 17 on your wild die. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's a raise. So you're gonna get the extra D6 of damage, and you did.
Well, shit. 25.
25 points of damage. Damn. Hey, Dirtbag, thanks, brother. Look at that. It's. I don't think they need bennies, man. But look, wow. So
are we getting bennies?
Oh,
no,
are we?
No, you guys are far from bennies. But he put you on the way. He gave you 500, man. That's a ton.
Oh yeah.
Don,
everybody tell.
you're not a dirtbag at all.
Yes, suck up the Don. Go ahead.
I'm trying to. This is
Right.
One of us has to.
All right, let's check out this
Pretty
here
close.
damage. So, all right, let's see. So 25. Okay. Holy shit.
I like Dylan's dice. Can I please keep them from now on?
So this is what happens. Phoenix is all like, oh, all right, here comes. And he, bam, and he punches him right square in the middle of the chest. And you hear Azael go, and he just like starts stumbling backwards, but he's already got the other punch coming and he goes, crack, and he cracks him across his face, and you hear a like a shattering and cracking of bones, and Azael gets lifted up off of his feet, the side of his face. When he hit him in the chest, there's like a spray of fire that comes off of where the connection is.
Yes.
And it leaves a burning like fist mark right in the center of his chest. And where you cocked him in the side of the head, the whole side of his head is on fire and his clothes are on fire. And he flies back and lands on the deck. And he's out.
What? Oh,
Well,
God.
So, I mean, he's the dumbass. Let's face it.
I mean,
Do with him.
I just hit him. He told me to hit him. I just hit him.
You did all right.
Wait a
Phoenix.
minute,
You did
that's not Phoenix. Come on, you can do a better job than that.
I just hit him.
He all turns into Batman. I'm not the one wearing hockey pants. No, he's like, this is what happened. So after he does that, then the Phoenix kind of backs up and goes, wow, I guess why didn't I do that in the arena?
We could have made a lot of money, Phoenix.
I'm starting to think that maybe you were right. Can you put these out now? And he's like waving his hands.
No,
It's like
that is a better impression.
The
You're
fire's
right.
not going to hurt you. It's fine.
as he lands on the deck of the ship, you start to notice that the crew that is on board doing their crew stuff
Fuck.
start to like sway a little bit, and they all start falling down.
Seeing that, Ari would go ahead and go up to Azael and
Okay.
see and inspect and see what I can do. I don't.
Okay, give us you're gonna do like a medical check on him.
I mean, I've got healing.
A life form, a completely alien life form to you. That the only reason you know where his heart is because he told you. Go ahead, give me a roll.
Is there a bucket of water around here?
Yeah, there's actually ships have buckets, have barrels of water all over them just in case this starts to happen. So are you gonna go find one? They're marked, and they've got buckets in them, because the deck is on fire around him.
Oh,
And-
then yeah, I can get
and
it.
he is burning. His clothes are all on fire.
I'll go get a. I will walk slowly to go get a small bucket of water and lethargically throw it on the fire that remains.
Okay,
I'm not in a hurry.
it when the water hits the fire and stuff, it kind of like spreads it,
Oh,
and
great.
that's when
dripping
Sunder goes, "Oh, I should have probably have told you not to put the water on that."
that you find,
And it starts spreading the fire around the deck, but then
We're learning things. We're
Sunder,
just
put it up.
learning. This is
But that's-
communication.
yeah,
bro.
Sunder goes, "It's okay. I have it under control." And he like puts a hand out, and you can see that all the fire that's on the deck starts like bending and pointing towards him, and his hand starts to glow, and it starts to glow red, and the fires start going lower and lower and lower until they're out, and then his hand is like it's just like pulsating like this red, and then he just goes and he throws his hand, and like a ball of fire comes out of his hand and goes over the rail into the ocean.
Sundar, that's wonderful. You must teach me that.
No, I'm sorry. I cannot do that. I shan't be teaching you any of my secrets. No.
Well, it's early yet. We'll get to know each other. It'll be good.
You know how long I was in the monastery learning these things. No.
You say that now. I understand.
Yeah, it's good. And Brian, did you hear what happened to the crew?
I did.
Okay,
I was
cool.
listening the whole time with my handy app here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, good times.
And yeah, I was thinking maybe we should, like, for one session, swap all characters. Like,
That'd be
Grace would
so
say
much
she wants
fun.
to
Love doing
Oh,
that.
that would be awesome.
I love playing other people's
Maybe it'll
characters.
be canon. Maybe once we get to the temple, we'll get hit with a wave of magic, and when it's Freaky Friday, we all shift to the
Oh,
right.
I love it. I absolutely love every
But
part of that.
Don't let me tell you how to do your job. You let us.
No, tell me, because that's awesome. I think chat would love to see that too. What do you guys think? Would that be cool?
Awesome.
You know, great.
But I was like, as I was thinking, I'm like, wait, who would I play? Who would I want to play? I mean, I don't know.
That is awesome.
No one.
That is so awesome. Oh, yeah. I'm loving every
That's
second.
definitely for a.
You got
late-
dirtbag. Don's all like, hell yeah, I'm gonna use that.
Yeah.
See, Melinda, right? Yeah, they're all about it. Oh, I
Great
love
mind.
it.
Great
That
mind,
is
my
an.
friend.
You get a Benny, sir. You get a
Hey!
Benny.
There you go.
There it is. There it is. I threw it out there. Boom.
Oh, write
Okay.
that down.
All right. So, are you gonna go over and you're gonna do medical on this guy then?
Oh, the water didn't wake him up?
No, it did not. So
No.
you so go ahead and roll your
No.
your medical check there.
Yes.
4, which is a success enough.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
He's dead.
Ari, is everything all right? And Brian's going to stand up and see that she's stopped aiding him.
He's gone.
What do you mean gone? And I'm going to go over there and see if maybe I can try to do something. If I can also roll healing, see if there's anything I can do.
Okay.
You know,
go ahead.
I think they just don't make deities the way they used to.
roll your whatchamacallit.
I will roll.
Your medicine. Either that or maybe somebody on the other side's. Oh, he's really dead. He rolled. Brian rolled a 13. She got a really good roll. Yeah, he's dead.
Speechless.
He is completely dead.
I'm just going to look over at Phoenix, and with that look of.
And you know what
Has
Phoenix
done.
does? Phoenix just goes. He just shrugs his shoulders like, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah, you
You
did
told
right.
us to hit
Did-
Sundar, please get over here.
Okay. And he goes over and says, this man is dead.
Yes, I don't know. I thought maybe there was something we can do. There's nothing.
No. You should not shed any tears for this man. He's a Celestine. You know what he was going to do, right?
Yeah, he was going to take over the world.
It is.
And I laughed at him.
It's a bit
He-
sadness, but also confusion. This can't be happening right now.
Oh, it did. I think, and he reaches in. He reaches in his clothes and he pulls out. He has one of those ingots too, that Ogret gave you guys. I think perhaps this, maybe along with some other things, had something to do with his demise. Not just the
No,
punching.
it just can't. It cannot be from. No offense, Phoenix. You're a very strong guy, but
None
just
taken.
from 2 punches.
I said a prayer that was, I believe, integral to what happened. And
Yeah, go ahead and try and take credit for it now, Joplin.
No offense.
Sundar's magic was that, the gooey jelly thing that caught fire, which was excellent.
Yeah. And
Wait. If he said he enthralled the crew. Does that mean that they're?
Well, We
Yeah,
probably
they're
need
I'm
not-
good for
to.
them.
Are you guys going to go and start checking the crew? The crew is all laid out, man. They're all this wherever they were standing, doing whatever they were doing. They kind of like
Drop dead.
they just
Two.
all fell down.
I'm gonna see if I can, I don't know, awaken any of them. And so
Okay,
if-
you go over to a guy that was closest. He was, I don't know, folding a sail or whatever.
Oh,
And
they're
they-
on deck.
Yeah, these guys that you saw were all on deck. There's
Oh.
probably more crew below deck.
Oh,
He
no.
told you that the actual captain, Turgid, is down below decks. He said that he
Well,
was down
Sure.
below
sure.
decks. But there's quite a few crew that are on
I'm gonna
deck.
go down and check for Turgid, the
I'm
captain.
helping the crew, the nearest one.
Okay, so you're running to the back where you think is going to lead to a
I'm
cabin.
gonna take a hatch down. I will do. Because
Well, now keep in mind there's doors in the back. You've sailed enough and been around enough that you know that usually there's some choice
the
rooms.
stairs is good, but I am definitely in a panic if I see the other crew members drop dead.
Okay, so you're running towards a door to go inside to go start looking for
The captain.
the captain.
Or anyone who's still alive.
Okay, so in your panic state, what kind of do you have any kind of like a sleuthing skill or searching skill, or are we just going to roll a notice here?
Shit, it's gonna be noticed.
Okay, this is just to determine how fast you find him. Not that you failed, you didn't find him, because it's a boat. There's only so many places he can be.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, 11.
Well, I find it pretty
Excellent.
damn quick.
You do. So what happens is you start running back. You like captains usually have a thing in the back, and you start running right
Cabin
for
of
that
their
door.
own.
You go open that door and you go in that room. Okay, Brian, you go over to the closest guy and you go down. Give me a medicine check.
Medicine check coming right up. Medicine starts with an M.
On the
Healing.
good days.
Healing check.
Healing.
Oh,
Oh, that guy's fading super fast. He's shallow. His pulse is like almost gone. And then as you're checking him, it goes away. He's dead.
Ari, we need to help these men.
Okay. So what are you gonna do, Ari? Phoenix is like, not really anything I could do to help you guys. I mean,
I'm gonna yell back to Brian. What are we supposed to do? This ship is full of people who
who
are
you-
now dying.
who are you yelling at?
Brian.
Oh, Brian. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's so somber right now that he was still for a second. All right, you're back.
Probably so.
Yeah. He said go check one. There's another guy really close.
like reaching distance close.
Oh gosh, no, you're gonna have to walk more than 5
Ari.
feet. Okay, so
Ari, this one's gone. And I don't know how to sail a ship. We have to help them.
That was probably the problem.
Fucking Joplin can do the puppet thing. That's all I know. I don't know how to resolve this.
Sundar goes running over to a guy. Now, this is complete. I haven't made Sundar's character sheet. He's completely all up here right now. So what we're gonna do is, who wants to give me a roll? Nobody? One of you have
I'll
to
give
choose.
a roll. I'll give a roll. I don't
Okay,
mind.
we're going to roll a d20. And if you
Okay.
get an 18, 19, or 20, Sundar has the medicine skill. I mean, he was...
Shit.
Nope,
That's not it.
he ain't got
No, that's not it.
it. So Ari's just standing there. She's not doing anything, Brian.
I mean,
Are you going to
I
go...
don't have anything to do. We are going to wreck. That's what my is.
You're what now? You're Glendorak?
My Glender.
Well, you don't know what's wrong with these guys, though. And
But
Doesn't
yes,
matter. I'm going to try to help them.
Okay. So basically, this is what we're going to do now. Is okay. I'm going to. There are on the deck. There's 12 crew that you can get to, Brian,
Sure.
and I'm going to have you give me a roll for each one, and when I say go, you have to start making the rolls. Okay, let me get a piece of paper and a pen. And you're going to have X amount of time to see if you can, how many of these guys you can. Yes. Okay. So, and when I tell you to go, then you get to start rolling.
Got it.
Okay.
12 times, right?
12 crew. Yes, 12. There was 13. One's already dead. There's 12 more, we'll say. Okay?
Sure.
Okay, so.
And how will Benny's work into this?
You can spend a Benny to do a reroll if you want. You can totally do that.
Can I do it after the 12 or as they come?
You have to do them as they come.
Okay.
Okay, get ready.
Okay.
Get ready.
What are we waiting for?
Go! Roll! Start rolling. There's one.
Shit!
1, 2, 3,
that's number 6.
5,
I'm going to re-roll number 6. Actually, no, 6 is fine. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay.
I think those are good.
All
yeah,
right.
those are fine.
You got a 2 and a 3 up there.
All right, let's go back to the top here. We've got 1,
That was
2,
some fast rolling.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Holy shit, you got a 20 on that one. 8.
Is that guy alive?
9. 10. Okay. There's 10.
10, yep.
There's 10.
Mm-hmm.
10 what?
That's 10 guys that you've rolled
10,
for.
10, 4 or above.
Yeah.
Wait, 10?
No, you're right. There's 10 of the 12. You're right. So
10 of the
you
12.
are able to actually go, and basically all you do is you go and you like smack them around. You do some crazy medical pinch them sort of. So they were fading into some shock, and basically 2 of them die. But you're able to slap them around, and I don't know, you like had a wet cloth with you or something like that to smear across their face, and yes, you're able to.
Sure.
Okay, so you got those. Joplin, you go yeah, and you go running back. You go busting into the room. You look around,
Captain.
And there's a guy laying on the bed, probably the captain.
Captain!
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to shake him awake.
Okay, you're gonna go over and you're gonna shake him.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. You don't have medicine, do you?
Not at all. I don't believe.
Excellent. So let's see. What should we have you roll? Roll me a D4.
A D4.
Yeah, that's the unskilled roll.
He has the untrained.
Oh, look at that.
Roll it again.
Yeah, you get to roll it again.
That's
Do you have the untrained skill? What does that do for you?
I have unskilled, like, I think that's just for general unskilled whatever.
What does it do?
It's for anything that you're not trained in. You roll that. It's a D4 -2, but you get your wild die. So anything you don't are trained in, you just do that.
Oh, you get a wild die too. So go ahead and roll your wild die.
Oh, well, shit, I'll roll this.
Does he want to finish acing his D4?
Oh fuck! What?
What does that mean, dude? How do you get a -2 on that?
Because I got a -1 on a wound. But,
it's a -2 because unskilled. So it's a -3 total.
Well, no. Here's the thing. That's a wild die. He's still got the 4 going. So
I still got the 4.
So go ahead and roll another D4 because right now you're ignoring the 2, so that counts as a 4.
All right, well, here. Then I'll just
You got a 5.
So 5.
You are able, through just sheer dumb luck. What do you do? Tell me what you do to revive him. You come stumbling in. He looks comatose on this bed. What do you do?
I run in. If he's laying on the bed, I will try to just shake him. And if that doesn't work, I'll push him like down into the mattress. And if that doesn't work, I'll like slap him in the face a few times. And,
So
and if that
basically,
doesn't,
you go in and you beat the shit out of the captain, and then he like he coughs and he's got some shallow breathing, but you don't think he's dead.
that's okay. Can he talk?
No, he can't. But he ain't dead.
That's all that matters.
Shit. I'm gonna run back up to the deck and let them know at least the captain is mostly alive.
So I go ahead and follow him down, see what I can do.
All right, give me a medicine roll.
Healing?
Yeah, healing.
I already did quite a bit, just so you know, the compressions and the stimulus.
He's got bruises on the side of his head and shit. Yeah, so you go down, right? And you're like, are you oh, yeah. And you like get him together and he's like, okay. All right. No, he'll be fine. I think you think he'll be fine. He just needs to sleep, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And
Stop fucking punching him.
So what are you guys going to do? Now, all those guys that you were able to save, Brian, you actually saved 10 of the 12's lives. So, good job for you. But they seemed comatose.
Cool.
They seem comatose still. They're like in a very deep sleep.
Not going to help us steer the ship.
And it's like almost on cue when Joplin says that. You hear
Is anyone steering the ship?
no. The ship's just going on its own. It's just who knows where it's going. It's just the wind's filling the sails, and it's just pushing it on.
I'm gonna
especially
go back to main deck. Is anybody on top?
I'm sorry, what?
Any of us? Is any of us on top side?
You guys are all topside right now.
Oh, we are?
Fantastic. Let's see.
Who would like to make another roll for Sundar?
I'll make a roll.
Okay.
I'll make a roll. Sure.
Okay, just roll
what
naked 20. Roll me a naked 20, man.
No.
Nope,
Fine.
he doesn't know how to sail either.
It's fine.
God damn it.
Phoenix, help me drop this anchor, or at least figure it out.
They don't usually
yeah, I don't
drop
think,
anchor unless the sails are already down, because
Yeah.
then you're just dragging the anchor along. And
How to slow this ship down?
well, it's not.
that's the sails.
The anchor, I think, only works when you're a boot to get into shore. And I apologize so much, Dylan.
Am I able?
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
My knowledge. of
I love you
anchors-
so much, Dylan, and I miss you terribly. Anyway, so, but he does say it's like, I think that the anchor only works when it can, like, actually get in the dirt.
Am
Well,
I
he said
allowed
that-
to use my outside game knowledge of anchors? Or can I roll for it? See if I know about it.
Sure, go ahead.
All right, that's like an intelligence.
Yeah, why not?
Knowledge?
Common knowledge.
Is
Come on.
Common
it
knowledge.
From
Yeah.
an island?
Common knowledge.
Common
Okay.
knowledge. It would be common knowledge. Unless your character's trained in it, it would be common
No,
knowledge.
I'm not trained in anything in particular. A
You
5.
got a 5, so what do you
So
know?
can
What do you know?
Basically, an anchor doesn't rely on hitting the ground. It's just the drag it produces as it's going through the water. It's like holding
Gotta
your
love that water force.
Yeah. So it's the water pushing on like the entire chain. The same way that spiders shoot web into the air and the air catches the web and that's how they fly.
Right.
Same thing.
Okay. So Phoenix is like, well, okay, man. I mean, sure. He starts looking around for wherever it's at the front.
I don't know.
Wait, with the sails. Just pull up
Wait.
the sails.
Look, Joplin. My grass can't
Phoenix
stop.
looks
What
at it
can
and
we
goes,
do?
"Hey, there's a bunch of ropes. Maybe if we just like untie them all."
No.
No. Hold on. Wait, Phoenix. Joplin, ideas?
Yeah.
Somebody needs to know how to sail a boat.
This isn't a woman's dress. We just need to go in a certain direction. We don't need to untie everything.
We don't know where we're going.
What?
And
I
also,
love
I don't
that.
know what you mean by that.
I do.
Is
I
there
mean-
a wheelhouse?
Joplin,
a
tell us
place
what to do.
with- Is there a place with a steery thing?
Yeah, there's a steering thing up on the top of
there.
the back and the poop deck.
I'm gonna go see if I can make sense of the steery thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like just moving on its own. It's up there, just steering the steering thing, steering.
Is there
A book?
a little?
How
Is
to
there
sail? Like on a chain, like at an old phone booth, just kind of hanging there?
I'm just looking for the autopilot. Is there a little rope that just grabs a hook and holds the wheel in place?
Yes, there is.
I'm gonna apply that if it seems reasonable.
Yes, you can totally apply it. You grab the wheel, and you got there's two of them. There's one on each side that you can pull
Which
up,
would make sense.
and you pull it, and you pull up, and you put it, and it locks the wheel in place.
Does it look like we're going straight?
Yeah,
Is there anything ahead of us?
water.
Sounds good.
As far as the eye can
Problem
see,
solved.
water.
Excellent. Do I know which direction we're headed?
Yeah, give me a common knowledge roll. You might be able to. I mean, because I assume you don't have any skill in particular, like that would help you with that. So
Other than being able to know what time it is.
yeah, well, you can like look at the sun and what have you. Yeah,
I
you
know
know
what time it
exactly.
is.
You're like, we're still going south because you look up to where the sun is, and yeah, we're definitely still going south, which is the way
We're
you were going.
southwest.
Yes,
That's-
it's still technically southwest, but yeah,
Sure.
Southwest. There's
Yeah.
a difference.
There is a vast difference between south and
It's
southwest.
so huge as far as you can tell. You're going south. It could be southwest.
All right.
It might
All
be a
right.
little southeast. You definitely know you're not going west. You're not going east, and you're not going north. You're going south-ish. There you go. That's what you know.
Look, chocolate.
All right. Well, I will explain to
Got it?
everyone that we're headed in a direction. But
I
if
would say
this much off now, we will be miles off in a couple of hours.
so. Fix this wheelie steery thing.
Look.
Move it.
It's
So we're going a
out
different
straight.
direction.
I'll try to find a compass. Would that help?
Yeah.
Do you know
that-
where we're going?
We're going to the port. That one
Dartmoor?
place.
Dalapur.
Thank you. Yes.
No,
thank you,
Dalapur. Sorry.
Dalapur.
When you scan the horizon, do you see land?
No.
No, I don't.
But there is a crow's nest, and you take a look up, and there's a dude hanging out on the crow's nest.
Phoenix, get up there.
Oh, all right,
Help
all right,
me.
all right. And he starts, I guess, a rope or something.
I'll try
He starts
finding a
looking
map,
around
a
for
compass
something.
or something.
He finds
And
something, and he, after wandering around for a little bit, he finds something, and he starts climbing up. There.
Here's what I know. If we head straight south, the sea will end. It funnels into a large channel, and there's a fort down there. But
Yes.
that's not where we need to go.
Well, it does take several days. I think about we deduced maybe about 5 or 6 days to make it to Dalapur. With good wind. So far it's good wind, yes. But then we have days. Now, granted, we might be off
We
course.
aren't going in the right direction, Sundar.
Well, I'm thinking perhaps we could help these men here that maybe know how to sail the boat and get them back to health, and maybe in a day or so. I don't know. I mean,
Fine.
I'm not trained in
Then
the
go
medical
help
arts.
them.
Oh, okay.
If you
Then
can
what
help
are you
me.
here for?
He
Sundar,
makes.
Did you see
fire.
what I did with the fire?
He did good stuff with the fire.
Yeah,
Yes.
you fucking killed the person.
Oh no,
who
that was not
supposed to
me. That was Phoenix. And you hear
Let's
Phoenix
stop
Phoenix
arguing.
up top, and Phoenix is like, well, I didn't think it was gonna kill him.
And honestly, I believe it was me. So whatever else, it's a shared blame.
Look, we'll sort this later. Joplin, just steer the ship. Sundar, follow me. I'll guide you. And then I'm going to have Sundar, if he listens,
Yeah.
help me do some aids.
Yeah, and basically, are you gonna like carry the men below deck, or?
Whatever it takes, get them out of the sun. Because, as you said, we have to help these guys, wake
Okay.
back up.
Okay, so and as you guys go over and you start getting a guy, help grabbing him so you can carry him to the stairs to go downstairs. You
Yeah,
hear,
below deck, sure.
yeah, you hear from up top. This one's dead too. You want me to throw him down?
No, don't throw him down.
Oh, just
throw
leave.
him overboard.
Just you want me to throw him overboard?
Don't throw him overboard. We'll get him down later.
Should I just stay up here then?
Stay. Keep an eye out.
Okay. I'll watch for stuff.
And so me and Sundar are going to try to at least get the men up top out of the sun.
Okay. Okay, so what I'll have you do now
Sundar.
is you're going to roll a d12 there, Brian, and I'm going to roll a d12. So go ahead and roll yours first. You got a
Yeah, Benny,
9.
that's-
No, you cannot.
I don't know what it's for. I don't know what
Okay,
it's for.
now we'll see what I roll, and we're going to subtract it from the 9. Okay?
Ooh.
You're able to find one more man down below that you're able to help and keep him from dying. The other 9 men that were down below, the other 8 of the 9 are dead.
Woo! Skeleton crew. Wait, so this one crewman, and then one captain. That's it?
No. There's the guys,
and the rest.
there's the 10 you saved. There was one below, and the captain.
Oh.
So altogether, there's a 12-man crew left.
Cool.
Okay.
For now.
And Sundar will help you to start taking the live bodies downstairs. There's areas where they have hammocks where you can put everybody in these hammocks so that
No, I'm not worried about that. Just get them out of the sun together in the shade.
Okay. Okay. And you can there's a hole down there. You can just as soon as you come down the decks, the first thing is there's a hold full of stuff, and you can put.
None of these guys are crazy fat, are they?
No, for the most part, they're not.
That's a good question.
Nobody's bubbling and turning purple, and this Celestine is not coming back.
Oh, I see what you're going at. No, there's no one here that is big enough to spawn another Celestine. You think you're okay?
Excellent. So if he does come back, he's going to be much shorter.
You'd be a lot smaller theoretically. Yes.
A lot less attractive, darling.
Excellent.
I mean, I fell with someone who was like massive before.
Oh.
Zaphras was huge.
Huge. His
Absolutely huge.
dick was the size of me.
Oh, God.
And they say size doesn't matter.
That's a lie. We all
It's
know it's
such
a
a
damn
lie.
lie. That's what loving wives tell their husband.
Yeah.
It's emotion.
Brian just kind of looks off into the distance.
So okay. So what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing all together? Sundar will help you, Brian, do whatever it is that you are doing. So
Tending to the wounded, waiting, hoping that they'll wake up any minute now.
okay.
And I'm going to trust Joplin can handle navigation.
I want to find a spyglass and a hat. I want to.
Okay.
And
where
while
you?
he's futzing around with all that, I'm like shifting the wheel a little bit so that we're going in a better direction.
So like Joplin, okay, this is what happens then. Joplin goes into the captain's quarters and you're bumbling around in there and go, what's this? Oh, there's a spyglass, I think. No, that's not a spyglass. Yeah. Oh, here's a hat though. Yeah. Okay. And you put the hat on. So he's bumbling around in there. Sundar and Brian are moving the bodies down below. Okay.
Yep.
The live men. Okay.
Cool.
Phoenix is up in the tower, just kind of, watching in the crow's nest. I mean, and Ari goes up onto the poop deck and nobody's paying attention. She does one of the things and does the other, like moves the wheel a little bit and puts the thing back on, puts that thing back on, looks at it and goes, and undoes them again, does another small adjustment, then puts them back on. And goes, yeah, that's better. Okay, so you get all the guys downstairs. What are you going to do with all the dead guys?
Separate them, quarantine. I don't know too much about bodies. All I know is that eventually they spoil and rot like meat.
Yes.
So
yes, they do.
If anything, we'll probably put them in the back of the ship. Maybe try to cover them up with something to slow down the decomposition process.
There is plenty of spare sail. You could put them on the deck and then cover them up
Cover them up. We're not going to wrap them up, just enough to cover them. And
Yeah, cover them up, tuck it under, sort of thing.
Yeah. So the smell is behind us.
Use the dead weight so that to put the spell behind you, you'd have to load them all up onto the poop deck because you're going and then so it's.
Yeah, we'll bring the dead bodies topside.
Oh, the ones that were down below. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
separate the living from the dead.
Okay, so all the dead bodies are on the deck. They got they got a spare sail wrapped around them so that they're all covered up. Okay. All right, cool. What are you doing with Azael's body?
Has he got anything on him?
I don't know. You gonna go look at him?
Nah, might as well.
I mean, yeah, he's futzing around anyway.
Okay.
Avast, mateys! I shall check the bodies.
All right, so you go and you look through. Now, Azael's body is burned, and most his clothes were burned quite a bit. Searching through his body, you find the glass remains of small vials that shattered in the fire, but you do find 3 intact.
3 intact vials.
Mm-hmm. They're little squat little. You recognize it, Ari. The little squat vials with it was blue liquid, correct? Mm-hmm. And it's got a stopper in it with some wax seal keeping the cork stopper in place. He has a bag of white powder.
Yeah, he does. Party!
Me and you, Brian. Yeah. So and that's pretty much all he has, besides the clothes he has on him. That the cloak he had on is singed and it has a couple holes in it as well. But it's pretty intact.
Does it still work?
Are you gonna put
Does
it on?
Does it do its?
You gonna try it?
Well, yeah, I want to see if it does its thing where it makes you look different.
Okay, so you get the cloak off of him, and you put it on, and as soon as it's got a fasten up around the neck, and with a chain, and as soon as you clip it, and it goes into place, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
What are we counting?
7, 8, 9, 10.
Stop it.
Joplin, tell me the first person you're thinking of right now. Who are you thinking of? Who are you thinking of? Who you thinking of?
Elvis Presley.
God
He changes into a guy with black hair, and he's got kind of like a snarl on him with some sideburns. And so, hey, man. I'm the new captain of this airship. Hey, Phoenix man, check me out.
Wait, is that Elvis or
there's like rhinestones on the cloak now.
So we got a Vegas Elvis even. All right.
Oh hell yeah! It's always Vegas Elvis. There is no other Elvis but Vegas Elvis.
Shit.
I will take the cloak back down or whatever you do to make this stop.
Well, the way it works is when you pull the cloak's hood up, your features go back to normal, and when the cloak's hood is back, is when you're assuming it's an
The
illusion.
king is here.
That's when the king is here, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Oh.
I make the best, worst choices ever.
I know, right? That's why you're in so many of the short clips that I make.
Millennials say that's more Johnny Bravo.
Wait, Johnny Bravo. Who did the voice of Johnny Bravo?
No idea.
No idea. I'll look it up. Don't you worry.
Tony thinks the guy from the Brady Bunch that played the oldest son.
Oh, I've never watched this Brady.
No, I only know.
I don't know his name, but that's the guy who did the voice. So there you go.
Peter was Christopher Knight. I got accused of looking like him a lot.
Now that you mention it, you don't look anything like him.
I did
Ooh.
back in the day.
I'm sure you did. I can see you do look like an old Peter
Thank
Knight.
you. Yes, that's what I
You
like.
do look like unold is literally what I heard.
That's okay. It was all.
This is one old dude talking to another old dude. We're allowed to do this to each other. Okay.
I don't think Tony agrees.
No. Yeah, I resign myself to that comment.
I think we're the same age, or we're only a year apart.
We're pretty close.
Yeah, we're really
You're the
close.
same age, but only a year apart.
I was born in 71, and you were born in 70 what?
70.
70. So we're a year apart.
Yeah, that's the
So
same
you're
age.
the same age,
Same
but
age,
a year
yeah.
apart.
I understand that. That's perfect.
Okay.
We get
I'll
it.
stop.
When we tell people how old we are, we totally get it.
Between 1970 and 1971, he and I know all the exact same things.
Yes. So we're the
We
same
don't,
age.
we have when we say Brady Bunch, we know the same episodes of the Brady Bunch.
Well, were you in the same graduating class, or was there a year to?
We were in the same high
When-
school. Didn't you know that?
Wouldn't have even mattered. It's just pop culturally, we were right there.
We're simpatico.
I mean, okay, fine.
Yes.
Fine.
My brother
I'm
from
like
another mother.
20,
There it is.
25 years after you guys, I will concede.
That's
Oh,
right.
the older you get, the wider that range becomes.
Oh, yes, it does.
You were born in the 70s? I remember the 70s.
70s.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, all right. So you got that off of him. What are you doing with Azael's body? The whole
As long
one
as it's
side of
not
his
bubbling.
the whole side of his face where Phoenix punched him is caved in. It's like
Wow. What did people do with these bodies before the days of selfies?
they. So do you want to post this on your social media? Is that what it is?
His face was just like completely caved in.
Yeah, he wants to get like right next to him and go, hey, look what I did.
That should be Phoenix's calling card. If when he pulls a card out of his pocket, it should be just a picture.
Yep. Too bad he wasn't still looking like the mighty Chimera. And then he gonna say, look, I fuck up Celestians, bitch.
He one punched a god.
Yeah. Well, he two punched him. He punched him in the heart
Punched
first.
him, but yeah.
So what are you gonna do with his body though?
We're getting requests to dump him in the sea.
That's what you do with bodies at the sea.
That yes.
Now, keep in mind, this time period is essentially the Renaissance as far as Earth is concerned. The only one difference is there's no gunpowder. Even then, they were still, throw that shit overboard because, one, you don't want them starting to stink up and rot on the ship. That's bad because the rats, because all ships have them, are going to start chowing down on them. And, it's bad. You'll get
It'll bring the
maggots.
birds too.
Yeah, it's so they pretty much just over the side. That's what they do with them.
Yep.
You could say some nice words, Brian, if you like. There's
I'm trying to see if I'm up there at this point.
sacrifice at sea and stuff.
Yeah, you guys are busy for a bit. So with that having been said, I think what we need to do
Break time.
is go to yes, exactly. We need to go to
We're
break.
never gonna get to this city.
Of course you will.
It's 4.
Especially with
4:30.
Ari fucking up everything.
I'm sure we're headed the right direction.
Of course you are. Of course you are. All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick break. So if you need to refill your beverages, get some snackages, do whatever you need to do, go ahead and do that, and we will be back momentarily. Woohoo. Hey, we're back. Hi. Hey, who was that? You said you know who this fine
That's
gentleman is.
Guy. He's my boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
guess he did. We just crested 1,000, so that means that you guys all just got a persistent Benny.
Oh,
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, Vita Guy. And
Vita Guy.
everybody else as well. Everybody else who helped build there as well.
Yes, exactly. There you go. See, if Don hadn't dropped what he had dropped, this would have never happened. So thank you
Exactly.
to Don too. Yeah, right.
Everyone.
So, and Vita Guy, please make sure to follow as well, because then you can see. We call him Brian during the show, but you know him as Jonathan.
Actually, you know me as a different name because I'm like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know him as whatever you know him as.
yeah, right.
Oh, it's the same as Bo, as usual.
Vo. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that.
Oh, Grace is running.
What did she do?
I don't know. She ran somewhere. Is there a dog?
No,
I saw her.
it's her
She
cat.
put her pet bowl out there.
You did a what? You got a dog? What's going on?
I don't know, dog or cat.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I did put a cat bowl out there, which I find very bizarre.
A cat?
Yeah. Wet
Wait.
food for a cat. Yes. that
Oh.
You
is-
do
Oh,
own a
there's
cat.
a cat. There it is. I see it. It's coming.
Hey, it's coming for you.
This is my little baby, Leo.
Leo. What's the
Leo.
what's the other guy's name? The old man.
Gordon.
Gordon. Yes.
Gordon's the fat old man. Leo's the little teeny tiny kitten.
Yeah. It's like, leave me alone. I'm out of here.
Yep.
He's got to go show everybody his butt. Hold on. I'm sure that's coming. Here it is. Wait for it. And there it is.
Cats. Oh, it's lingering.
Yeah.
Push
It's
it
yeah. It's like.
I'm trying to goose him. Get out of the way.
It's like Picasso drawing a bull.
Yeah.
You ever seen him? He always drew the bull from the backside, and then he'd start making a really obvious ass. And that was Picasso.
Yeah, man. See, butt
That's
jokes
crazy.
are synonymous.
Butt jokes are.
Oh, I get it. Was that another one?
Yes.
That was another one. I get it.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So where did we leave off? We had all the dead guys were on
What
top.
do you do with Azael's body?
What are you going to do? with
I believe the
Azael's
captain was awake and had taken control of his crew and was heading us in the
body?
exact
No,
right
that
direction.
did not happen. The
We're actually
captain.
there, and we also found mermaids.
Well, obviously, I'm not running this show anymore.
Yeah.
I guess
This is
I'll just start.
collaborative storytelling.
I'm
you
just
know.
going to start playing Sunder, and we'll go about
Let's
that.
see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Okay.
Oh, during that shift, the DM also shifts with one of the players.
Oh,
Part of
yeah.
Oh no.
Part of it.
Oh, Bill.
You notice in the chat, Villain Trahan just got here.
Did he?
Oh,
Hey.
Villain Trahan, do we have some news for you?
Yeah, too bad you don't have a rewind at this point.
Yeah,
'Cause-
some bad news.
For those who don't know, Villain Trahan is Phoenix.
Yes.
Phoenix Empress, I believe.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
That's right.
And so, just so you know, Dylan, Phoenix two-shotted and killed Azael.
Yep. Yeah.
There you go. All right, so what are you going to do with Azael's body? And
No
the
way.
pirates' bodies.
Pirates' bodies, top deck in the back. And as I assume at this point we're all standing around the supposed big bad foreshadowing Azael.
Yeah,
And I'm just going to say,
with Elvis.
there is no way he's dead. No way he's dead. I still don't believe it.
I found these 3 vials, and this cloak is pretty cool.
Look, well, listen, 11 of the crew are
Yeah, because
alive.
Elvis is standing with you guys. Joplin's not there.
Oh, well, first of all, I'll get on deck. And I'm like, who is this?
No, I'll pull the hood up. It's the
He pulls it up and he shows you that he's
Azael naked on the ground now?
No, he's still got his
Naked.
clothes on. He just took
Damn
his
it! I
clothes.
really wanted to see him naked.
Go ahead.
necrophy, something like
No,
that.
I'm not gonna undress a dead body.
Hey,
I don't know. I didn't think you'd
just
want
remember
to see
this. It might not be a family show, but it's not an X-rated show. Okay, we do have the R rating to warn people about RE, but
Ari.
you know,
Get it. Point being, okay, we're going to talk about pilfering dead bodies afterward. We need to decide what are we doing with this. We can't. We're not getting rid of it. I don't know. I don't know.
Is there a cell?
yeah, actually, the ship does have a brig.
I'm of the opinion that Azael probably just stole that body, and certainly wasn't expecting it to be as frail as it was.
Okay, you're right. He's coming back. He'll probably burst out of another one of these somebody.
It'd be great if it was at the bottom of the ocean when it happened.
We just talked about this, didn't we? Ari, you asked him how he was able to come through, and he said through certain powers or something he was able to come out of that other as your brother. Is that right?
Yeah, that's how he started. But he hasn't returned. I think we're done with this problem for now, anyway.
For now, I agree.
Problem, he was going to be able to close the gate for us.
It didn't sound like it to me.
You didn't let him show what he was worth to us.
He couldn't even find the gates. He was using us for everything we could do, and that he could not.
How are you going to close the gate?
Well, I don't know.
Look, listen, before this even happened, we were on our way to the gates. Didn't you have a plan, Ari? Before we even met Azael here? Why were we on the ship in the first place?
We got kicked out of fucking Lysena.
And we did, and we were heading to... Nothing has changed. Everyone. Nothing has changed. We are still going to go to the desert. We will still find a way to stop this.
I don't know. I've severed my tie with Zaphrish. I don't have insight.
We'll find it along the way. Look, if there are people there that can stop Celestines from seeing it, they obviously know more than we do. We just have to get there, talk to some people, and we'll figure it out. First things first, we have to get there. Joplin, I don't know why you're standing here, who is manning the navigating wheel, but we have to get there.
It's got a couple of ropes in it. It'll be fine.
Oh, you just had the lock, and you just kind of put that on?
He put the bar on it.
Okay, great. I know nothing about sailing, but that is, nothing else matters if we never get there. So Ari, figure that out later. Let's just get to the port.
Yep.
Whatever it was called.
Delaport.
I have the map, so we can find the other ones.
What's going on, Daddy Stabs?
He's looking for a PDF from me.
Daddy Stabs, that's a good. Hey, Daddy, if you haven't followed us yet, go ahead, man. Follow.
Yeah, Daddy, follow us.
We're creeping on.
Don't say it like that, Grace.
It changes its whole connotation.
Actually, Well, let Grace do that part of the job.
I just got embarrassed.
That's just because of the prior conversation we've had about daddies, let's be honest.
I think I'm going to have to clip that bit of audio.
And the vapors over here.
Okay. All right. So you guys are gonna take Azael's body down and put it in the brig?
Yes. I would. Yes.
I'm still treating it as if at any moment he's going to regenerate. It's too suspicious.
Same.
Yay! Thank you. You say it, Grace.
Daddy.
Oh,
I don't know his whole name. Sorry.
It's Daddy Stabs. You got to say the whole thing.
Okay.
There's the follow. There you go.
Daddy Stabs.
Fuck! I'm turning it bright right here.
What are we doing? We've never done that before for anybody.
Oh, okay, no, but with a name like Daddy Stabs, you gotta say it.
That's not very a benevolent name.
I just have to say it.
Okay, so anyway, back to the game. All right, so
I don't know why, but sure.
Yeah, so you're gonna take his body down and put it into the
just chuck it.
No,
At this point, you hear, could I come down now? There's no land. I'm not seeing any.
What about boats?
No. At least I don't think. No, there's no boats.
Birds? Keep an eye out for birds.
Birds.
God fucking damn it.
Just
Phoenix, do you have any rope? Maybe you can lower down that body. He's the last one.
Oh, yeah. Body.
yeah, I got some rope up here. Hold on. And he's like, he goes away from from sight for a little bit, and you see, you hear some thumping going on. Is it okay? Here he comes, and he like leans the guy over the side, and then he like lets him go, and he's got a rope connected to him, and he just and he comes slams on the deck, and he's got this rope connected to him, and a little bit later, it's just the rope comes down. Probably should have held on to that. I thought it was connected.
We got it.
Everywhere, or is it just cracked its head on the ground?
It just cracked its head on the ground. It cracks and thuds in a sickly way, but it's down.
Sundar, help me with this.
Okay.
I'm just going to try to drag that corpse.
Yeah, and
to the
Sundar
others.
helps you put it underneath the extra. I thought we were going to throw these men overboard.
Not yet. The captain might want to see his crew.
Oh, yes. Maybe the trained physician should try and do something. Oh, she saw me.
You poking.
He's pointing at Ari. He's pointing at Ari.
I think between her and I, we can
Yes.
train.
Definitely both of us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But also, thank you for helping me with this dirty work. It's not the most pleasant.
No, it's not. It's very
No.
bad.
I don't know what you want to do, but I'm going to go check on the living down below.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure that the dead do not walk.
Thank you.
Yes. I have nothing better to do at this moment.
Fucking Sundar.
Sundar's badass, man. Sundar is the one who killed
Don't you say that.
Azael.
You take those lies.
He's going to tell all his friends that next time you see him.
Lies.
I killed a Celestian. I killed a Celestian.
Damn
Yeah.
lies.
Okay, so you guys go. You take Azael's body. You put it in the brig. You got the body from out of the crow's nest. Phoenix makes his way down. He's on the deck now, and so is Ari going to go in and take a look at the captain? See if
Sure.
she. Okay. So
Yeah.
if you want to give me a heal check, I know there was already one that was sort of made, but that was more just Joplin kind of beating the guy. So it really wasn't. It was just blind luck. So if you want to give an actual heal roll now, then we'll see.
Two things I'm going to take credit for is killing the Celestian and saving the captain.
Okay, you got a 5, which is a success. Do you want to Benny that? You have a Benny. You got an extra Benny. You got Bennies.
Sure.
You got Bennies.
We'll see what happens.
Okay. 11.
yeah.
There you go.
Very worth
That's
it. worth
exactly what you wanted to see happen. So basically, you go in there and do your humana. Yeah.
It doesn't sound like that.
No,
Yours-
mine's a much more
maybe-
darker than that.
Yeah, hers are more like humana.
Humana.
Yeah, there you go.
it. Whoa.
So you go in and you like get a cold compress, you elevate his feet, you do all those sort of things, and he actually comes around. What happened? Oh gosh, my head hurts so bad. Who are you?
I'm Ari.
Who's Ari? Oh,
We're with
you're the Arcanist woman.
Yeah, the Arcanist. We relieved you from a certain being's control.
What?
You were under control of someone else. You weren't yourself. You weren't doing what you would normally do.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, and he like sits up. Oh gosh, could you give me some water?
If it's ridiculous, then how did you get
obviously I'm sick of some. Can I have some water? Something, please. Something
I'll
to
get
drink.
him some water.
Okay, he'll drink it. What's going on with my ship? Why are we listing? And he gets up. And he starts walking out on sort of unsure legs, but he, as he walks towards the door, he gets better with it, and he goes out and he goes, Where's my crew? What is this on the deck with the sail over it?
We need to get to Dalapur. I'll tell you what happened on the way there.
Well, we're on our way to Dalapur. Where's my crew? And he goes out on the deck and he sees Elvis and he sees. You just gonna keep the hood up now? You just gonna
As always.
I might even take the whole damn cloak off at this point.
Okay, so you take it off then. So he
just
sees you
to
guys
avoid
there.
confusion.
He sees you guys there, and there's Phoenix. Hi. And it's like, what's going on? What's happening?
What's the last thing you remember?
I remember us preparing to set sail.
For where?
Well, Dalaport, of course. We were waiting for you to arrive.
Yes.
And I take it the rest of you, have you and your evil sorceress ways done something to my crew?
What do you know of the Celestines?
Celestines? What?
I don't need your questioning. I need
Celestines? They're fables. What do you mean? What do I know of Celestines?
They are more than fables.
He starts walking over to the sailcloth, and he gets over there, and he pulls it up, and he sees some of his dead crew, and he goes, oh, and he backs up. I'm. Don't hurt me. I mean, where's the rest of my crew? I mean, are they all dead? Are they all under here?
I come up on deck after hearing all this commotion. I see Elvis, knowing it's Jocelyn.
Taking it all.
Who's awake? Is somebody conscious? Is somebody talking?
The captain, I think I heard him.
And I'm going to head to the rear and see the captain there.
Okay. Yeah, he's there. As soon as you come on deck, you see him.
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I can't picture this boat right now. Anyways.
You're on the main deck. You've got the fore and the aft.
It's a sloop, right? So it's just like a.
Yeah. And the aft has got where the steery thing, as you guys call it. That's where the steery thing is. And where you're going up and down into the hold is more towards the center back. So as soon as you come out, he's there on the deck looking at the sailcloth and whatnot where his crew was.
Sure. Also, there was 12. I saved 11.
There was 12 up top.
Saved 10 from
there.
From
there were 9 below, and you saved 1 from there. So you saved 11 of his crew.
Right. So how many bodies are there? I just thought about right now. Wait a second. How many bodies?
So there was 8, 9.
3?
There's 10 dead bodies.
Oh, snaps. Okay, yeah. So it was a lot. Okay. Anyways. So I am there now.
Okay.
Captain, I'm sorry. I tried to save as many as I can.
Who are you? Wait a minute. You're that Brian character. I remember getting descriptions of all of you, and that shady fellow must be Joplin. And
shady.
Yes,
that one's Phoenix.
We were supposed to meet with you, but we instead met with we met with this one. And he's
down below. He's down below.
Oh, yeah, is that down below? We met with another one that wasn't supposed to be here. I think you should see him.
Someone.
Oh, actually, is the captain wearing the same thing that Azael was wearing?
Pretty much.
So yes.
Yep. The only thing missing is he doesn't have the cloak.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So there's someone you need to see. Someone who wasn't supposed to be here.
Someone who did all this? Where's the rest of my crew? Are they all dead? Are they all under here? Are they all
they're down below as well? More reason for you to come with me.
All right. So he seems a little shaky and unsure, but he's going to follow you, and he'll go down below deck, and he'll look at, he's taken aback by his crew because they're all still comatose. You're like, oh my God. By the gods. There we go. And then you show him, I take it, Azael's body?
I show him his crew first. I think that's more important to rest his nerves.
And he wants to know. He's full of questions. As soon as you show him, what's wrong with him? What happened?
I don't know. All I know is that they're breathing, and We have to just be satisfied with that for now. But
Well,
are alive.
all I know is a bunch of arcanist people who are known to dabble in black witchcraft and magic were on my ship, and now half of my crew is dead.
I have the edge charismatic. I'm
Okay.
going to try to soothe his worries.
Go ahead.
With a persuasion skill.
Yeah, let me see it, man.
And that, like with that same thing that they're alive and we're out of danger.
Yeah. No, totally.
So that's first
6.
roll.
You got it. 6. You got it. That's good enough.
Okay. Can I get one free reroll? Because I rarely get to use this. Just in case.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Oh, so the first one stands with the 6.
There you go.
Yeah, anyways, yes, I don't know that we're okay.
You're keeping him in check. He's like borderline about ready to pop off hysterical. You could see.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell he's a seasoned, weathered sailor and stuff. But this is something. I mean, he wakes up. He wakes up. Half his crew's dead. He doesn't know. You people have never seen you before. He lost some time. The boat's out, and he's totally like.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. And so, if I can get him to slow down his questions, I'll let him know that you've seen the men up top. You've seen the men below.
Yes.
In your brig, there is one who, as I said, wasn't supposed to be here. And I'm going to lead him to Azael and note that he's wearing the same thing you were. And he pretended to be you. But
he impersonated me.
Did
he poison my crew?
We don't know what they did, like I said, but all I know is that those men are alive.
I knew I shouldn't have taken this commission. There was nothing good that would come from working with the Arcanus.
There's many regrets, absolutely, but what we're working on now is getting to port, to Dalapur. I think that's our next step.
Dalapur? We should only be a short ways out from Lycena. We should turn the boat around and go back to Lycena is what we should do.
You promised us to go to Dalapur.
Are you guys down there?
They didn't say you guys were going down
there. I didn't go down. Shit.
Okay.
You picked up that Celestine. This is what is a Celestine from where we came from. The only way to go now is forward. Otherwise, we might be going back to whatever connections you might have back there.
You're keeping him in check right now, and that's just because of your persuasion roll that you'd made with him. Keeping him well, show me this murder of my crew then. Let me see what this devil is like.
And I'm going to remove whatever covering I may have had on him, or maybe not. And
you could have put like a blanket on him or something.
Absolutely,
sure. Yeah. Okay. Now, when you guys took him down there, his wings came out.
Oh, that's right.
Because he had his wings tucked back and whatnot. They were like in his clothes, so to speak, magically, some kind of Celestine sort of way. And he's just he looks like a big blue bird man that's just kind of laying on the floor in there. And give me a notice roll, Brian.
I will.
Oh, no.
Notice roll, and I'll Benny if I need to.
No fucking bennies.
You notice, because like when you pull the blanket off, right, and you show him, and he's like, "Oh my God, what is that?" And he takes a finger and he like rubs it on like a piece of his exposed skin to see if the blue comes off, and he looks at his finger and goes, "What the hell? By the gods, I guess the Celestines were blue."
Yeah.
They had wings. But when you pulled that blanket off, you notice, okay, he's got the caved in side of his head, right? You notice that the eye on the opposite side has come out and fallen to the floor. And it
popped out.
When you're looking a little bit closer now, his skin and everything seems to be sort of sloughing. Like it's kind of like a little. And as
I put the cover back up. That's gross.
Okay. And as you're putting you go to put the blanket back on, you notice that a part of his nose drips off and lands on the wood.
Is there another nose underneath that nose?
No. Not the whole nose. It's just like almost as if, think of ice cream melting. Now,
Yeah, delicious.
anticipate. I mean, just imagine if he was constructed completely out of ice cream, and the hot weather was starting to maybe make it melt a little, and just a little dripped off of his nose onto the wood.
Do I notice he's melting?
Yeah, you noticed that as you were getting ready to put the cover back onto him.
Well, working in a restaurant, gotta keep a clean environment. So I'm gonna try to scoop the rest of them up and kind of.
You get a shovel.
No, with the blanket or
Just
whatever.
like
Put it under them.
Okay, so you're gonna put the blanket on the floor and then
Try
roll.
to wrap him. I don't know.
like a burrito.
Ooh.
Can.
Okay, so as you go and you lay out the blanket, because the brig doesn't have a cot or anything, it's just empty.
A cell.
Yeah, it's just a cell, and so you're able to lay the blanket on the floor, and then you go and grab him to pull him over and roll him over onto it, and where you grab your hand, you get.
It sinks in.
Yeah, it squishes, and as you roll him over and you roll him onto the blanket, there's a pool of this blue goo that
Purple.
you roll him over, and as you roll him over, you see the exposed side of him that was on the wood. It's beneath that blue. There's purple. It's almost as if it would be if you were to peel back somebody's skin, they would have the muscles and tendons and all this different stuff. It's kind of like a purplish underneath sort of thing. And as you rolled them over on there, and you're because you got some of this gunk on your hands, you notice that right on his arm right here, a bubble starts to form.
Oh,
it goes
don't
pop, and it pops.
No.
That's why I didn't go down there.
I'll tell the captain to step away, and then I'm going to step away too, seeing that this is probably I've seen this before. I'm not going to be in the radius. I'm going to ask the captain if we can just leave this. That this is not going to be a pretty scene. And
why are we keeping this thing on board? Throw it overboard. What is with you people? Still, listen. It's not too late. We can turn around. We can be back in Lysenna way sooner than we can be in any other port. And we can get help. We can have some people help us. And you can talk to your people at the Arcanus. Surely they would want to know about this.
We are Arcanus, Captain. I'm sorry. You know me. I don't know you.
I'm Turgid.
I think.
And you guys remember. Don't forget. Remember what they told you about this guy?
That he spends all of his. No, that's a different thing.
He used
I
to
wrote
be
fancy ass motherfucker. That's all I wrote
That's
down.
the wrong target, though. That's the wrong.
That was the wrong Turgid. He used to be part of Azure Brotherhood.
Oh.
The Backstreet Boys.
Yes. No,
Backstreet Back.
no,
Alright.
New Kids on the Block.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know.
That was a 98 Degrees fan with Lassie.
They all had one that you don't know what happened to them, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to introduce myself and let them know that this is now the first time I'm meeting him. I'm going to try to persuade him that we must go forward, or the men, they're gone, and they would have been just died for nothing.
Okay, you need to give me another persuasion roll on this.
I agree.
And if he tries to turn the boat around, we got to kill him.
Oh,
We're not
Jesus.
killing anyone.
That's what you think.
Ooh, you gonna Benny that?
No, with charisma, I get another one.
Oh, you get to okay.
And
You
now
rolled
I'm
almost
going
the
to use,
exact same thing.
I'm now going to use Vina Guy's persistent Benny.
Okay.
Oh, look at this.
That's a 5.
5. Okay.
Not good enough, so I'm going to use one of my 4 bennies. On the session.
Ooh.
All right, what?
Already.
Oh,
holy cow.
So,
Oh.
shit.
let-
Took me a while
for
to
people
get
who
there.
don't know, this is Savage Worlds we're playing. A 4 is a success, and we roll like a varied die. So rolling a 22, that's like critting twice, and take 2 natural 20s at the least.
Yes, that's exactly what that's like. And here's the thing: is these type of roles would be contested, because basically I would end up rolling the captain against him, and I'm not gonna
Good luck.
I'm not gonna roll that because the
You
captain.
know, I
All right,
respect.
I'll roll it. I'll roll it. I'm gonna roll the captain here.
He rolls
So
like a 23.
he rolled a 1. So what happens is there's exploding dice in this. So whatever the die he has for whatever his attribute or what have you, if he's got a D6 in that and you roll it and he gets a 6, he gets to roll again, and then he can keep rolling. For example, on Brian's wild die, he rolled 3 6s
Three
in a
sixes.
row,
3.
Pretty good.
and then a 4.
And then a 4. 22.
There it is. That's what happened there. So he's like, all right, but you have to promise me that you will take the life of the rest of my crew and me into consideration for whatever you do. I still think we should throw that thing overboard. No good can come of this thing.
All right, of course. Do you have any other blankets or anything? And I'm going to work with him to see how we can get this melting guy out. And
Yeah, he's like, okay, well, we'll get. He goes, I got an idea. So he goes and he gets an empty barrel, and he says,
a funnel.
we can pick up the blanket. You pick up one side, I'll pick up the other side, and we'll kind of like pour. Let's get some of the other guys. And so, like, if you guys go get like Phoenix and Sunder, and then the 4 of you, basically, you'll pick up the blanket and you'll just like drop them into the barrel, and then you can go and just chuck the barrel over the side. As you guys do this, as you get down there, you're picking up the blanket, and do you others come down? No, you're not coming down.
Do I hear whispers of blue, purpley? Blue?
Oh yeah, basically that's. I'm assuming, Brian, you come up and you say, "Hey, we got to get rid of him. He's starting to melt and he's starting to bubble."
I'll say, "Vast mateys, I'm steering the ship with the thing. I'm."
Okay.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's priority number 1.
Okay, so what it is as you guys get the blanket and you're lifting him up to drop him into the barrel, his skin is starting to he's melting and he's starting to pop. And
I would say fucking get him back in the goddamn rig. What are you doing?
Every time there's a little pop, there's a little puff of purple smoke that comes out.
Look, you might contaminate this whole vessel. We have to get him off the ship.
What do we?
Yes,
what
we have to get him off of my ship.
What are
Also,
we
the
going to do with him
captain-
off the ship? Who's going to close these portals?
Obviously, we can't use his goop to close the portal. If you want to grab a sample, we have time. But we don't know if he's going to burn through his barrel or not. Ari, we have to do this. Do you have a different idea? Actually, can we seal this barrel, Captain?
Yes, we can totally seal this barrel, and I recommend that we do so right now.
All right, fine. Let's seal this barrel. Oh, you're very quick at that.
Yes,
All right,
there's a dude melting. It's fucking weird. We need to throw him off into the ocean now, please.
No, now that you've sealed it, these things are meant to hold and be watertight.
Well, yes.
So how about this? We hang him off the edge of the ship. So if he burns through, he'll burn into the ocean. But we will still, and I'm looking at Ari, for the time being, hold on to him. Satisfied?
Yes.
Good. All right. Yes, you did
That
pretty good with
22.
the whole-
He's going to do whatever you say. He's down.
I appreciate-
He's drinking the Brian Kool-Aid 100%.
I'm trying
easy.
to satisfy
No,
all
totally. Yeah, that's why it's easy.
And then I'm going to, Phoenix, you did really good with that rope work. Let me anchor it down, but you just tie it like you tied before.
I should have tied it off. That's my bad.
Lesson learned. And
I
know.
who doesn't tie off the ropes? I just assumed.
Slip of the mind. But tie this barrel in some type of net fashion. Actually, if you can find a net to secure it, even better. And then that's what we're.
The captain has. Yeah, we've got nets. I can ensure that he's properly on the side of the boat.
Thank you, Captain Target. And that's what we're going to do for the next 5 minutes.
And then Target will make sure that the boat's going in the right direction.
I'm steering the ship.
No, fucking Ari is.
Well, I guess both of you are.
So like he goes up there to steer the ship, and like two arguing kids are like
90
no,
degrees.
yeah, you're all like yeah, riding this biatch. Okay.
Absolutely.
Fine, I'll let somebody else steer it. But
Okay. So
why don't they let me go home?
during the day,
I'm tired and I want to go to bed.
during the rest of the day as you're sailing, is anybody going to be taking care of the crew that's downstairs? The captain says that he's going to put his crew overboard, the dead crew.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's his call to make.
Yeah, and he asks for help in doing that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So then he says a little doody doo over them, and then a little humana, but not the same type of humanas that you guys do. And then
Humano.
Yeah. So basically, they got a board. It's like a wooden stretcher. They go and they put each body on the board. You carry it over, and then you slide them off into the ocean. He does wrap them up first beforehand. So it pretty much he's doing this for a good part of the rest of the day. You know, you guys are just taking care of the crew, making sure that they're getting put out. Is anybody going to do anything about the crew that is down below?
I have no medical experience,
There's only one person on board that has it.
Ooh,
and she just doesn't care about people.
Brian has it. Brian has it.
Oh, Brian has it too, but Brian's helping with the dead bodies.
Fair enough. It would depend on the inflection.
If he says please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't know you've got medicine, so.
So no pleases?
Well, he doesn't know.
Then no hopes.
I mean, do you go up to him and go, I could help them if I get a please?
I mean, I would say, does your crew need more help recovering?
Well, yes. I mean, if anybody could do anything to help them, I don't know what's wrong with them. But, yes.
I know what's wrong with them. You've let someone else control them. And then I'd walk away and go down to the bottom.
I let somebody control my crew?
And he can wander that on his own.
He just looks at you, Brian, with a pleading look in his eye like...
Well, I mean, she has a point. You are the captain. The buck stops with you. You take responsibility for what happens aboard your ship.
I'm not going to say anything. I know nothing about ship crews or ship life or...
Okay, so basically what it'll be is, Ari, during the rest of this day, while they're taking care of the dead crew, you can make a heal check on each one of those. each one of those crew members that are down below, and for each success, you'll be able to revive them.
Okay. So there's how many people down below?
11.
Okay, that's what I thought. Something like that. Okay. Stop, Leo.
No, I must chew it so that it does not work. I am a cat. Okay, so there's 1. There's 2. 3. 4.
That's a 4.
Yeah, that counts. 5. Okay, so there's 1 that's not.
We'll Benny that one. We'll Benny it.
Okay. Okay, so we got 6. 7.
Nice.
That one's not.
We'll leave that one.
Let that dude die.
8. Okay, that's it.
Oh, sorry.
That's right. So all but one of them you're able to get up and about. One of them just seems to be just gone for whatever reason.
Good rolls.
Yeah, really good rolls. And so got the good cat hair all over you, didn't
It's
you?
a cat hair.
So so you're able to get the crew up and conscious. They're drinking. They're getting something to eat, and definitely they'll be able to take over with the running of the ship after they spend a good like 6 hours in recovery, and all those guys pretty much get right back up to speed. So, because there was nothing really physically wrong with them, it was like almost like a system shock that it had occurred to them. So, and so that evening, then the ship is got sufficient crew to sail without your assistance.
Oh, whatever.
And the captain does ask for his hat back.
No, no.
Yikes.
All right.
So he takes the hat. All right.
Just it's a little disappointing, is all.
Yeah. Well,
Having fun looking.
you know what was disappointing? Having his crew die. That was pretty disappointing. Yeah, he takes that back too. He takes back his spyglass. He takes back his hat. Thank you very much. Okay. So, all right. So that evening, everybody, it's the ship's going to be running. The crew are fine for taking manning it for making sure it's fine running during the evening. So they've got enough for their shifts and all that sort of stuff. So, do you guys have anything in particular that you want to do during the evening? Or are you just going to rest up?
Probably just do the best I can to maintain my equipment. Do we have, now that we have a moment to speak, I'm going to ask Captain Turget if there's any quarters for us or what are our assignments.
Yes, you all have your own cabins.
Fantastic.
Seems like there ought to be a lot of room on the ship now.
I'm just going to look at Joplin like, that's...
What?
I'll snicker into my sleeve.
It's not as easy without Phoenix here to back you up, is it, Brian? Phoenix generally he backs you up on this stuff.
I would just look at Captain. It's how he deals with grief.
What?
I guess, and he'll show you where the your quarters are.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, okay.
And so yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay, all right. So they are definitely you guys just gonna bed down, sleep for the night.
I have an evening ritual involving creating some fire. Is probably not practical on a ship.
No, there's braziers. There's braziers that they have on the ship for fires. Yeah. So if you,
I'll light myself one of those and say my evening prayers to Pearden.
Okay. And as you're going through and getting ready to do your prayers to Pearden, you feel an uncontrollable urge to you look over and you look at where you left your stuff. It's like, okay, you finally got your place, and here's your room, and you see your bag over there sitting on the bed, and you go over and you go, did I? And you go and you rummage through your bag and you pull out that book.
Yes. On Keck, something. Where is it?
Oh, here, hold on. I'll have to look at mine.
It's Keck Conan.
Kekkonen.
This book has been.
Yep, Kekkonen.
Intriguing.
Mm-hmm. And you're like, man, you feel real, like, man, I really want to read this. So you hurry up and blaze through your prayers.
Oh.
You still do it, but it's kind of like, like a kid that rushes through something because, they want to get to doing something else. And you start reading it, I take it?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you're going to
If
go
it
ahead.
compels me, I like being compelled.
Yes, it does compel you, and you start reading about that. Ari.
Who's that?
When you go in and you go to bed down in your cabin for the night, because you all have hurricane lanterns. You guys are familiar with those? Okay, it's the glass lantern. It's got the little thing you turn on your side, and it's got the little pear-shaped thing on top with the wick that you can extend out, and it's got the oil down in the bottom, sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got those. So you go ahead and you put your light out there, Ari, for the evening, and it should be like really dark, like almost pitch black. I mean, you're below deck,
Right.
but you seem to see everything in a grayish outline. And you start to hear very, very, very faint. You think it's the wind at first. And you look around, you look at the wooden walls of the ship and look at the slats, and it's like, is there, you put your hand up there seeing if there's some wind blowing through, and no, they're whispers. You're like, what the? Go ahead and give me a notice roll.
This just happened to happen to me last night.
You made a notice roll last night?
No, but I had some spooky thoughts last night.
I didn't do it. You, with that roll, okay, she rolled a 14, which is great. Okay? Really good roll. Remember, 4 is a regular success. So this is, how many bumps did you get on this bad boy?
It's just 2. It's 2 plus 2.
You rolled a 6, a 6, and a 2. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're hearing lots of really faint whispers, and you can actually start to make out dialects, but you can't really you're not hearing the words. You just, it's sort of like if you were to hear somebody talking in a room next to you, but they're not talking loud. It's just a normal conversation. So all you're hearing is but you can sort of tell what kind of language maybe is being spoken. It's like if they're speaking something that
inflection.
You can almost understand it, but you can't quite. And that goes on for like a good hour, and then it all subsides, and the darkness coalesces into a normal darkness, and that whispering subsides and goes away. Now, Brian, you're in your cabin, and you're thinking constantly about that painting. Now that everything is subsided and gone away, the image is of the painting that you saw in the Arcanus before you left in the museum of the so-called, do you remember the guy's name?
Nope.
Ko.
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 That's right.
And it's like, how did he look like? Because he looked just like you.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you. And as you're sitting here and you're like, you start to feel a little warmth on your skin, just below your clothes. And it's like substantial. It feels hot. And you go and you grab, and you figure it's this damn ingot. And you go and you pull the ingot out and you hold it up, and it's glowing a faint amber glow.
That's not good.
And you notice, like, when you see it and you pull it out and you're looking at it for a little bit, and when you let go of it and you stop touching it and it falls back down onto your chest, it's laying on top of the clothing. And as you're not touching it with your actual skin, that amber glow dies away, and it's just that regular ingot again.
Strange.
Yes. Very much so. Yes. And seeing as how Dylan's not here, we'll just have to do something for him at a later date.
Well, you should probably tell him anyway, because I'm sure he's listening.
He's probably listening. So
He better be listening.
Phoenix goes in, and he lays down, starts to go to sleep. He's still his mind's racing too, because he in a million years never thought that he would just kill. He doesn't think these are Celestians anymore. I mean, his brain is completely going haywire. He's like, "What? This is not possible." It's like he's like, I took that dude out like he was just a normal guy. That's not possible. And as he's there and he's going through this sort of stuff, Ray is in his cabin with him, and Ray is his Zastidor bird.
Oh yeah.
And Ray's kind of like jumping around from like on his bed and over onto the bolted down to the floor nightstand sort of thing, and hopping around. And as Ray's walking on the floor and kind of like walks underneath the cot, he can hear the and then a voice starts coming out from underneath the cot, speaking. You still got access to his character sheet, don't you, Ari?
Yeah.
You want to open that up and just look at his languages? I don't think he speaks a bunch of languages, but he's hearing the Zastidil bird starts talking first in a female's voice, and then it goes on muttering something for a little bit, and then the Zastidil's walking around a little bit more, and then it starts talking in a child's voice, and then in an old man's voice, and an old woman's voice, and it's a bunch of different voices, but they're all speaking the same language.
Yeah.
And he recognizes the accent a little bit, and he do you see his languages?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's only 3 of them.
What are they?
Gulkin, Shanish, and Bovgate. I don't fucking no idea how to say this word. Bovagin?
Bovagin. Yeah, that's the gypsy. Bovagin language is the gypsy language.
Yeah.
So he thinks he heard Moldak say a couple of words that were very similar to what this guy was saying, and then he thinks it's like he thinks he's heard Sunder say like an off word here or there. You know how like when somebody's speaking and it's not their native tongue, and like every once in a while they'll drop a word in that is of their native speak, and the bird does that for like a good half hour easy before it returns to the and then that's it.
Wait, did you just say that? What's his name? Shit.
Moldak?
Moldak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys remember who Moldak is, right?
Gladiator. Guy.
Yep.
Yeah, he was the gladiator they brought up specially to fight
with the goddess of
Teslak.
Mm-hmm. The goddess of death.
She's a goddess of death, yeah. And where's Moldak from?
South, Vindia.
Is it just Patara?
Vindia. No, he's from Moldak's from Vindia. So Sunder. He's Vindian as well.
Oh, so those motherfuckers.
That's what that racist accent is.
Yes, that's what that racist accent I do is. I'm trying not to make it bibbity bobbity.
It's fine.
Yes, I try not to make it like, what's that guy from The Simpsons that runs the, that they quit using? He ran the 7-Eleven. Apu. Yeah, I'm trying not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying not to make
That's
it bibbity.
so dumb.
Bibbity bobbity.
We're not gonna
No. Because like, you hear some of the northern Indian dialects and whatnot. Yeah, it's pretty.
I could point you towards Mickey Rooney's performance in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Right.
The Tea House of the August Moon, and that was Marlon Brando.
Mm-hmm.
doing a really wildly not Japanese character.
Right? But the thing it is he's Vindian.
And Sean Connery, even as James Bond. You
Right?
only live twice. They went and they Asianed him up.
Yes.
And Sean Connery, and he didn't even bother dropping the Scottish.
No, of course not. Why would he? He's Sean Connery, for crying out loud.
So you get a pass.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, so I think Phoenix is definitely he's a smart enough guy that he's able to pick up on that.
You're giving him a lot of credit.
Oh, Dylan, did you hear that?
Not as a player, just a character.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
This is not the character I would run our group intelligence through, as a filter. And that's what the bird is doing.
That's good shit. Okay. So yeah, so there you go. That's what happens to you guys in the evening. What I want you guys to somebody needs to roll me a d20. I don't care who it is.
You know how we jump to that.
Yeah, I know. That's okay.
Oh, Brian beat me to it.
Okay. Now let's see if I can beat this 10. No.
Nice.
No, you can't.
Okay. All right.
What okay? What okay?
What?
You're just
Don't
saying
even.
okay a lot.
Oh, stop it.
You guys have no clues what's going on.
That's right. We don't.
Right, exactly. So,
God damn it.
that night passes after you all have your little experiences, right?
Mhm.
And it's the next day.
All I did was read a book. What happened?
Oh, yes. Your book is about
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for.
the boreal trickster god. And the boreal is like, okay, from where you're at in, where are you from? You're from, hold on.
Brythland.
Brythland. Okay, you've got Brythland, and then to the, let me situate myself on the map here.
West.
If you go to the west of Brythland and to the north is Boreal, which are the barbarians, the Norse, and the sort of like the those guys. Okay, so it's and
Wait a minute.
so
The Norse trickster god?
the Norse trickster god.
Loki.
Which is a generic way of saying it. There's a number of different people that live in that area. You're more east of them where they're at. Let's see here. I can tell you who they actually are. There's the Sulmanen, which are barbaric hill people. They're not so much. They're in that area, but they don't really recognize that. They recognize him, but it's not like somebody they venerate at all. But then there's also, I didn't put. I know it's on here. Hold on a second. I haven't dug into these notes in a minute. There's the Kalmara.
Kalmara.
Which are essentially a creepy race that live directly north and to the west of Brythland. And then there's the Boreal tribes, which are essentially, those are the guys who are they're like Norsemen, is what they're like. Okay. So, and that's where this god originates from. This Oshira. Okay, it's an Oshira.
Those buzzwords. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Kekkonen? That was the name of the book. Is that the name of the god as well?
That's the name of the god, Kekkonen.
Right.
And he's a being, a trickster being, and he's key to a lot. He essentially plays the same role as like Loki does.
I figured that.
In our Norse myths. And the Boreal tribes are essentially just like our Scandinavia area and stuff like that. So, and it's fascinating. I mean, you didn't really know about him. I mean, why would you? I mean, Bryceland has more connection with the east and the south than it does to these northern barbarians and what have you. The Thracians are the most civilized of that area, and they're more west, and it's a great big civilized barbarians is what they are. They're just like several generations out of being barbarians themselves. And this guy's really popular over in these areas. So,
All right.
and it's just fascinating stuff that you're reading about him. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Yes. And you read the entire book that night.
Oh, good.
And when you go and because you read it, it's like, and then you fall into a very restful sleep, and it's not as if you missed any sleep at all.
How nice.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. So it's the next day. Everybody gets up. You had your little experiences and what have you. What are you guys going to do? I love how you guys all have these different things going on and nobody talks to anybody about it.
There's no reason to at the moment. It'll come up naturally, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, it's not like we keep secrets from each other.
Never.
Not like Ari.
Never.
No.
Yeah, like I'm the only one who keeps secrets.
No, you just keep the biggest ones.
I'm what's it called probably up.
No way is it the biggest one. Excuse you.
Who did what?
Brian.
Brian did what? What secret
I'm
did
not
Brian
going to be
keep?
bald and pointing fingers here.
But she is. She's going to point fingers.
Let her point all the fingers she wants. If it comes up, it'll come up. But I think I'll be up at 4, as usual, and probably look around and just follow the sounds of pots and pans and help the cook if he's awake. And
yeah, there's like one guy in there, and he's surprised, one, to see you, and then he's grateful when you let him know that you're there to help because, you know, he's not the normal cook, and you know,
snaps.
Yeah, and you know, and normally the guys who were below deck that ended up dying were a lot of those guys took care of like stuff below decks, and then you had the above deck kind of guys, sort of thing. So the guys who were the normal cooks, they're gone. So he was feeling a little overwhelmed. So when you come to help, he's all about it. So
I'm not going to assume like get out of my way. I'm probably going to cut potatoes, but then give some advice, and then later on I'll probably be the one doing the stirring, and then as breakfast comes near,
as he walks to go do something else, you grab a spice and shake a little extra. Okay. All right, that's cool. Cool.
That's what I'll be doing in the morning.
Okay, cool.
I've got my at dawn ritual, which on the open sea comes as early as it comes. So
yes. So what I need you to do, Joplin, is I need you to give me a spirit roll.
Is Phoenix joining him still?
No, Phoenix quit.
Probably not anymore. He'll sleep in.
Oh, that was just a one-time deal.
Well, we were trying to get his gauntlets to.
Yeah, he was trying to do some sort of like trickster stuff.
I thought he was turning a religious leaf.
I gotta find what
you feel.
What's happening?
When you go and you start doing your morning prayers to Puritan, you feel like it's before when you first started doing this, you were really into it. It's like, cool. He's my man.
You shouldn't have doubt.
He's putting me full of power and you know all this stuff. And it's sort of like, you know how like you do something to placate somebody, and it's like you really got to force yourself to do it. And you just don't feel.
You mean Catholicism?
Hey! Let's all just calm down. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't need that in here.
Yeah. Tales of a Savage Land do not support any of her. I keep pointing down because I'm here.
Smack those religions.
I got a point of it. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm very agnostic. I will apologize right now.
Now say something about the Muslims.
No. Don't you dare!
Yeah, gotta be fair, right? Go for it.
Oh, jeez.
They
No.
might be right. Who knows what the truth is?
Hit the
Oh,
Jews on the
okay,
way
I
out the
see.
door.
I see him.
Anyway, so you just feel like it feels hollow, it feels meaningless, and you feel like it's
That-
like
Is that not Catholicism? Honestly.
Okay.
that's how you feel
Ah,
as you go through.
Right back after these messages.
So that's how you feel when you do it. You still go through with the prayers, you still do them, but it just doesn't seem.
do I feel like I could be any more connected to Kekkonen?
You're interested in finding out more about this.
See, all right. Trickster God,
Yeah,
It's really more up my alley anyway.
You're like, yeah, this guy just seems more right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. That's all that happened when you did that. So
Next time I go to throw flame, I'm going to get nothing but sparks.
we'll
I don't
see.
know anything about
Nothing
what's
but
happening.
like a disappearing act, truthfully.
So, all right. So, is anybody else doing anything in particular?
Pretty
No.
much just
Letting
like
it
back at the
ride.
Arcana, so I'm just gonna wait till the rest of my friends wake up.
Okay, so everybody else wakes up and they're all like, Phoenix is like, hey, like the bird was talking and it's kind of weird. Sort of.
They do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he goes and he like I could totally see I'm gonna role play with myself now. So then he's gonna go Phoenix is gonna go over to Sunder and he goes, so like you know that language you speak? Yes? The language that I'm speaking to you now, because you guys all speak in Shanish, pretty much. That's what you all speak together, because that's the common language of this area. So that's what he's. Yes, I'm speaking Shanish, and no, the other language, not this language. Like from where you're from. Oh, Vindian. Yes, and he's like, yeah, Can you teach me that? Maybe it's and so he's having a discussion with Sunder about learning Vindian, and so Sunder is going to start tootling Phoenix in Vindian. Tootling.
Does he know what it took to get him to understand coins?
No, Sunder does not. He's got no idea.
Well, best of luck to you, Sunder.
You're right. All right. So basically, so the day goes on. Seems normal. There's a little bit of extra work. The captain asks all of you if you could mind lending a hand, and if you say yes, he will give you different tasks that you could do during the day. Okay.
Does that?
I
Does that
would
include
say hell no.
Okay.
Do I get a little time at the wheel? Do I get to wear the
He's-
hat? The spyglass?
I'll let you wear my hat if you want to take a turn on the wheel. I'll allow that. Yes.
Avast, mateys!
I'm not a pirate anymore. I don't.
No,
I
but
don't do that.
deploy the sheepshank and
No,
and
don't.
the
No,
chivar.
no. Well, actually, that's kind of funny. You can go ahead and keep doing that. So basically, everybody else gets a little task that they're shown how to do, and you do that. Helping them out periodically through the day. Anybody going to check on that barrel?
Nope.
No.
Okay. All right.
I
I
heard about
barely do the task that was assigned.
We know. And so then basically as it gets past noon, right? The guy who's up in the crow's nest, kind of chilling out up there, whatnot, he gives a ahoy, and he points out into the distance, and he's not like pointing down towards the water line where like the horizon is. He's like doing one of these numbers, pointing up into the air. And so I want all of you guys to give me some notice rolls.
what? No.
Yes. Yes.
So that's Phoenix's.
I have
Okay.
a 2 and a 5.
Oh, Brian got a good 7. Okay, so everybody's looking pretty good here. Yeah, so you are all good. Both Joplin, Phoenix, and Ari, you see dark shapes in the. It reminds you of when you see the geese flying. Okay. Brian looking. Yeah, it looks like birds, but those would have to be really big birds to be
Oh.
visible at that range.
Oh.
You thinking there's like 12 of them.
No.
Number.
And as the ship keeps sailing and everybody's watching because they're looking to see what it is, they get bigger and they get bigger. And Brian, you're the first one to kind of go, oh. And the captain gets out a spyglass. And he starts to look up and he goes, I don't fucking believe this. It's you. It's because of you. And he just
What's happening?
he
Can
thrusts
I look?
because
Can I-
he thrusts it into your chest and gives it to you. And you go and you look and you do your little yes and
Joplin, what is it?
I don't know. He won't tell me.
they they are very large, vulture-esque looking, black feathered, blue skinned, blue beaked birds.
Vulture, birds, black wing, blue skin. And how many of them?
Roughly 12, and they're about the size of horses.
Oh, these are.
Captain, what's the plan?
Please
What's the plan? We don't have plans for
don't
that.
do this.
My arbalisks don't even go up that high. They're meant for shooting out overhead boats. And he's got big.
Are they coming down?
I don't know, but I guess I would recommend that everybody would probably get below decks and get your weapons. He's starting to. He puts the ropes onto the Doomahikers onto the wheel, and they're hurrying to lower the sails. They're
Yeah,
lower. They're
I was
lower.
gonna say that as well.
They're
Sails.
lowering all the sails really quickly.
And the ship is slowing down.
Oh yeah, it's slowing down.
And I was like, see, that's how you slow it down. You have the sails and.
You're all too right,
Oh,
Joplin.
no.
Phoenix, help me get Azael up. Let's get him below deck.
He turned into a robot there for a second, but we did hear help get Phoenix up and get him below deck.
Oh,
Oops.
sorry.
Should we.
No, get Azael below deck.
Azael!
Oh, the barrel.
The barrel of
Yeah.
Azael.
Barrel.
Okay, so you guys are
Yes.
doing that. They're basically. So basically, what's happening is they get the sails down, you get the barrel up, and everybody's crowding around, getting ready to go below decks, and that's where we're gonna end. And that's where we will draw
All
to a
right.
conclusion. This was this was
Nah.
episode 20.
Woo!
Wow.
Yeah, episode 20. How about that?
So far into this.
Yeah. But for all those who are new or haven't seen any of the other episodes, we have currently, the podcasts are up to date except for the last, I think I got all the way up through episode 18 is on the podcast, which can be found on Podbean. I'm sure they're in other places too because it kind of like puts it in other joints. But all you have to do is do a search for Tales of a Savage Land, and you'll find them, and you can listen to all the previous ones. I'm a little bit further behind with having the actual videos all up on YouTube. I think I have up through 16 or up through 17 up on YouTube. So you can also go through and watch those there. But we are here every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for Tales of a Savage Land. Every Tuesday, we also have, if you like your Dungeons and Dragons, and if you especially like your Greyhawk, on Tuesdays at 9 p.m., we have Greyhawk Adventures Presents, and we're currently doing The Ghosts of Saltmarsh, and I think we just did episode 8 there of that. So, and then every Monday at some time, whenever we get around to it, we post another episode of The Down Roll, which is essentially a role-playing. We do talk a disproportionate amount about Dungeons and Dragons, but it's Adam, the other co-producer slash big guy in the channel. He and I, we sit around and we talk about role playing and Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. It's like a little half-hour talk show that we post on Mondays. Those this weekend I will be loading all of those up to the YouTube, so those will be up there. But you can watch all of those videos as well, most of those videos, on the Twitch channel. You just got to go into our old videos, and they're right there. You can watch them that way as well. So if you haven't followed us, please follow us. If you know anybody who might enjoy really off-the-cuff and slightly risque humor sometimes, please let them know about us. And tell them
I don't know what you're talking about.
definitely not pointing any fingers. Did I do it right? I think I did. Yeah, I did. But yeah, we would appreciate it immensely. So, and thank you very much for tuning in and watching the episode with us. We like it. So, we will go ahead and sign out now. So, since we ended with Ari, correct?
Yes.
You can sign out first, Ari.
He just wants me to shut up. I have played Ari tonight. My name is Grace. You can find me here on Wednesday nights and or over on Instagram and Twitter, mainly FFS Grace.
Oh yeah, I forgot about my Twitter handle. But anyway, so was it Brian next? I think so.
It is. Hello, I am Jonathan. I play Brian, and I'm the peacemaker, peacekeeper, and that's me.
And next week you'll have your backup. We'll have the two-fisted phoenix in the house. So, and last but not least, we have the illustrious Uncle Tony.
Hey everybody, I'm Uncle Tony, Stupid Tony on Twitter, Uncle Tony on YouTube, and that guy who came in tonight, that Daddy Stabs, that we all like so much.
Daddy Stabs.
He found me from a Vampire the Masquerade video that I have posted on YouTube, not from the reaction stuff, and I guess we should tell people that might be coming soon.
It is. Are you ready to start dropping stuff like that?
I'm ready to tease it a little bit.
So go ahead, tease.
Since we got a vampire fan that popped in here,
yes.
And you've got a Wicked Studios handle, you'd think you'd do a vampire show, and in the next week, you might just have one.
Ooh. Excellent.
That's all. That's just a little tease.
All right. But what do I do if I want a cookie? If I'm just jonesing for a cookie, what would I do?
My wife appreciates this part of the show, by the way, when we just slather some love on there. Go to crumbtogether.com, and we ship all over the United States.
Even Nebraska.
Even Nebraska. And they show up fresh.
Yes. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, cool. All right, everybody. That's it. I think I didn't give out my Twitter handle. If you want to go, I post some stuff up on Twitter every once in a while, but I'm at Giant Stomp. You can find me there on Twitter. But I did forget to tell everybody about, if you're here watching us on Twitch, you can go down below in the whatever what do we call it? The Down Under? I don't know. There's a link to the Wicked Studios Discord channel where we try to say stuff every once in a while, and you can go in there and tell us how we're doing and what we could do better, and things along those lines. But also too, we have Facebook pages for all of our stuff. So there's a Wicked Studios Facebook page where we do all kinds of different postings. There is a Tales of a Savage Land where I post up clips and other periodical stuff. Every once in a while, I'll put up some different things about Savage Worlds on there, things along those lines. As well as there's the Greyhawk Adventures is just the name of the Greyhawk Central stuff. And if you like D&D, old school D&D and Greyhawk stuff, you can go there and check out all that stuff. So there you go. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in. We do appreciate it, and we will see you next week. Peace out.
Later.